Flying arrow, born to lose. Life is storm, he can't refuse. Kicked to dust, but he won't stay. As a black sheep, he fights the dark to find his way. Wounded heart still beats strong. Walks the line of right and wrong. Nightmare chases, he won't weep. Trampled dreams won't break his sleep. Flying arrow gonna rise. Life's punches won't disguise. Man of sin, man of grace. Life's black sheep, he won't fade without a trace. Around his feet, every stumble can't defeat.
What's going on, guys? We got a special guest already backstage. That's pretty awesome. I'm going to go ahead and bring him to the stage. What's up,
What
Benny?
is happening? Yo, 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 yo. How's it going out there?
All right. Let's see. I need to get
Cheers and happy Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
I know I'm ready to do some chillin'.
Oh, yeah. And let's see. Got the chat up on the screen now. Should be showing it. So let's see.
I still have to figure out how I'm able to chat here.
So you do it from the YouTube side from what I've seen.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the only thing that I've been able to find out that's kind of a downside to Restream. Restream's actually been around since like 2015, but it's based out of Ukraine. A couple of guys in Ukraine made it back in 2015 when they were tired of trying to fight with OBS, and OBS is a pain in the butt. But it's similar to OBS, so it has a lot of similarities, so you can kind of play around and edit everything how you want. So,
yeah, it's cool. I like how the chat shows.
Yep. So, let's see. Got 1 week.
Yeah, look at all these cool people out there. What's up, Paul? How you doing? Yeah, 1 week for the event.
Yep.
You know, I'm excited. My job is we're going to roll out Wednesday night. We're going to do a little bit of night driving, have a little layover, and then Thursday we'll kind of be there and hanging out, you know, resting up.
Nice.
It'll be one of those days. And then, you know, we'll be there till Monday. We're departing to head back to the Berg.
Okay. Sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I'm excited to come out that way. The last time I was out that way was actually for an archaeological dig I was doing. So it's cool to kind of go, you know, go out there and get my magnet a little wet. You know, I'm like one of those like weird people. It's like, I don't know. Is anyone else like me out there? It's like you kind of follow the states. Like if you do get to go to a different state and happen to toss that magnet, it's like you keep track of it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I was one of those. I'm checking it off of, you know.
Oh yeah,
checklist for me. I'm sure it's been checked off for you a long time.
Well, and it's going to check off that list, but for the event, it's going to check off a couple things for people because it's also a historical site.
That's cool too.
I mean, the park back in the 1800s was a zoo. And then before it was a zoo, or after it was a zoo, it transitioned to over many years. They redid the whole park, transitioned it to an amusement park. Um, whenever y'all get there, you'll see this huge hillside in the background. There's a walking trail on the top of it. That's actually the spot where the old roller coaster was at. It's
that is
buried there.
crazy.
They buried that roller coaster there back in like 2011.
I mean, you're gonna find some cool stuff, I think. Yeah, just because the sheer amount of people with activities like that going on.
Yeah, and I mean, if you think back, Global Magnet Fishing Day last year, magnet fishing with Sean and I, same location, pulling that mirror out. So, and
yeah, a lot of places to go magnet fishing.
Oh yeah,
it seemed like taking a look at it. 1,000 miles for Nightheart. Oh my goodness gracious!
Yep, Pensacola, Florida to up here. This will be his second time doing it.
Yeah. Hey, I look forward. It's what's cool for me is and why I love these events. It's like collabs and stuff like that. Is you get to meet old friends face to face that you kind of haven't seen maybe for a while. Sure, we all live in the social media world, and we're all here. But it's definitely cool to get a high five, and then also just you meet new folks too, and you get to meet them face to face. So. Yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be some new folks out there. I'm excited to meet and hang out and toss magnets with and go out there and take care of some business. Clean up the waterway. Get that weight.
You got Tish in the background.
Hey, how's it going? What's up?
Hi, BJ. So, BJ is one of the guys who I started following a couple of years ago. He is actually deaf himself, and he's got a pretty cool channel.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no. Today I've been a really busy day. Today, this whole week's been kind of busy. All last week I was driving around, picking up the buckets. Home Depot. I walked in. A couple of weeks back, I walked in, gave them a brief overview of what we were doing. They said, we'll give our information to this manager. He never got it. So I went in last week and I was like, I was in here. I talked to someone, never heard anything. The manager I talked with is like, the guy you want to talk with is right there. He goes, nice. You give me 5 minutes. I'll get him over here. So he comes over, not even 5 minutes later. Here's what we're doing. Has a flyer in his hand that I gave the other manager and goes, so what you needing us to donate? I'm on board. I didn't even talk to him yet. And then I told him what we were doing, and he goes, "Thank you." He goes, "My mom's deaf. Thank you."
Yeah, that's really awesome. Having different companies involved, and and definitely support them because they're supporting the event and stuff like this. So not a lot of these places you go to and ask, they're not really that generous. It seems anymore.
Yeah, and then
so it's nice to when show support back.
Yeah, so he was like, "Oh, you're looking for buckets? Okay, here, how many you need?" I was like, 20, 30. He walks up, "Here you go." Pulls them right off the shelf and just goes, "You're good. Just walk out that door."
Dude, that's a bucket haul. That's sweet.
I was like, "Cool."
Yeah, definitely gonna be enough buckets, I think.
and like you said, some companies, it's changing. So when they change it, like Harbor Freight, for instance, they changed how they do their donations. They were set up to donate buckets, and then their company-wide policy changed for donations. You have to do it 2 months in advance. And I went in that same day. I got buckets from Home Depot, and they're like, "Sorry, we can't do it." I'm like, "You're kidding me!" So I'm rushing around, and I go to Home Depot, and they're like, "Here you
go." Yeah, that's crazy. I call that the old red tape.
Yep. What's up, Joker?
Hey, Joker, how's it going? Cheers, bro.
Yes, I did get your email. I do some sign language with BJ. I'm not fully there, but I'm still learning. Miss Mo.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
So many awesome people in chat. Let's see. 11 people watching right now. So, awesome. The one downside I will say, other than chat not updating too much unless I put it on the screen for you, there's no giveaway tool on Restream. So you have to do like duck races or pull up a third party one, which is not too bad. But I mean,
no, but yeah. Yeah, because I got the chat going. I put on full screen so I could see it now going on. Joker. What's up?
Yeah, and I was up on Joker's live this last weekend, and I showed these bad boys off.
Nice.
So there's that heavyweight.
Heck yeah.
So, and then I've got a spreadsheet on my laptop. I'll be bringing my laptop because we're going to do the toss on Saturday, the 30th. And then I'll be coming home later that night and engraving everyone who wins name right there on the plaque.
Oh man, that's gonna be free. That's freaking sweet. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for for the old competition. I always think it's fun.
Yep. Oh, I got a few things for it to help out because it's such a big flat area with where it's at. So I've got cones to put out. I've got markers, all sorts of things to be able to kind of help.
Yeah, like I said, it's about like a 12-hour, I think, 11-hour drive for me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which it's like, well, why don't you just fly out? It's like, well, because I'm bringing obviously all the magnets. I ain't trying to deal with that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I need to talk with you about some of those before magnets before we get off backstage.
Yeah.
Joker's like, "What are we drinking tonight, Benny?" Juice.
A typical Yingling. Well, if I was drinking alcohol, it'd be Yingling Lager right now, but it's apple juice.
I know that Chop Shop has said he needs some Kratos sauce.
Yeah. Did you go through that? Well, so I don't know who else out there in chat has the garden, does the canning, and even finds those good deals at the farmer's market and will buy that box of tomatoes for $15 or $10 or whatever. But I'm currently making, like, yeah, you had the Kratos sauce. Well, I'm making a Benny D sauce. So I'm getting that prepped up. And 'tis the season. I've been kind of going crazy a little bit. Man, I've been making sauce. I like making barbecue sauce. I'm a big condiment maker.
I love making barbecue.
Yeah, I said condiment, not.
I make a lot of barbecue sauces homemade. I got a Dr. Pepper barbecue, a root beer barbecue that I make. But next week on like Wednesday or Thursday next week, I'm making like half a gallon of salsa verde.
Yeah, and that's it. And I do the salsas too. I'll make a couple different salsas. I try to make enough for the year. So it's like, all right, 14 jars of salsa, sweet,
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's.
Yeah, I definitely. I'm sitting here debating on like, okay, well, yeah, I got you covered. I'll give you some when I get it out, Chop Shop. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking about like what magnet I want to bring. Kind of. Yeah. Get crazy or what? You know what I mean? I'm already sitting there pre-planning. Like, well, I could bring this one, and then for this, I could, what rope should I bring?
Yep. I hear you.
I know that an extra one because I know I'm going to snap one.
See, I've got. Tell you a little bit about how things are here at the park for stuff we found. So the very first time that I went magnet fishing ever, my very first time was at this park.
Oh, wow. So it's like a little like circle thing here, full circle.
Yep, full circle for it. So the very first time I went there, Dad and I pulled out a construction sign. We pulled out a shopping cart. I've pulled out 4 more since then at the same area.
Holy smokes.
We pulled out the bottom stand for like the like a barricade fence. I pulled out the bottom stand for one of those. I thought I went for like an engine thing with how it was because it had the long poles on it. I was like, Yeah, no. After I started looking, I was like, that's for a barricade.
I'm
And
going to
then
the event. Someone asked.
oh yeah, Benny will be there. Mo, Benny will be there. It's gonna be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I went out there. I pulled out like a chalk for a tire chalk for a semi.
Mm-hmm.
There's factories literally or like warehouses right there next to the park right now.
Oh my goodness, that's so cool.
I know that there's like steel tires and rims. Magnet fishing with Sean and I, we pulled out that mirror. We pulled out parts for a recliner.
What?
At the same time, I've pulled out numerous bikes at this location. One of the bikes that Magnet Fishing with Sean and I actually pulled out. I think we both have a little video of it. It was like a brand new Trek brand bike, like brand new, no rust or anything on it, and it was perfect condition. We ended up putting it up by this dumpsters area where the bathrooms are at. When the city guy was right there loading stuff up, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll take it over to the police station. I'm going right next door." So he took it over there, and it was stolen, but you know he got it back to where it needs to be. So,
dude, I need to bring my prototype magnet pew pew cannon.
oh, that would be awesome.
Oh yeah, you shoot that thing, air compression. It has to be like a 360 though.
Nightheart's bringing an underwater camera.
Oh, that's cool. I love the underwater camera shots. I always thought those were so cool. Just a cool perspective,
The area where we're going took my hook, my collapsible hook I have.
Mm-hmm.
It got stuck on something, and I ended up having to cut the rope because I could not pull. I mean, I was sitting there doing everything I could, and it took my hook. So the hook's in the water somewhere down there.
Maybe we'll find it.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
it's got about 30 feet of the orange rope.
Dang, that's crazy. Yeah, that sucks. That's why I was like, you see some folks, they'll put that grappling hook right on their with their magnet, and it's like I get that approach because technically you're like, well, I'm killing, or I'm doing two birds with one stone, but man, that grappling that grappling hook's a lot cheaper to replace than the magnet too.
That's true, and that's why I was like, okay, I've fought with this thing for like 3 weeks trying to get it out. It's not worth killing my back anymore. So,
yeah, I got a little prototype I'm working on here. It's freaking fun.
Oh, so you said air compression, so I'm just imagining like a potato cannon.
That's what, yeah, the same kind of physics involved.
Nice.
Yeah, it's something fun, tinker around.
See, I started drawing up some ideas for a magnet cannon, and
I think everyone thinks about it.
Mine was actually using elastic bands.
That'd be a good one.
So you could do it without. It was think like bazooka style, but it would have elastic bands that you would pull up like a crossbow, but reversed. And so it would stretch from the back and then pop.
Hey, but you need to do it Kratos style. I'll be coming out with this big trebuchet or whatever, Joker, when I get some of that sauce, you're open to get some of my special sauce. I'll hook you up.
Nice. But yeah, I can't wait. Got a lot of people coming. Sponsors. I went today and confirmed a few sponsors and did a lot of running around today. So we'll have water there. Tisha and I picked up a box of popsicles. We're gonna throw in the freezer a couple days beforehand, just to have at the event and just throw them in the cooler with ice and. That way, if anyone needs something to cool off, there's a popsicle.
Who doesn't love popsicles?
Right. I think we have like 100 in the box.
Oh yeah.
So,
I think it's gonna be a very comfortable too. You know what I mean, weather wise. Like, I think it's gonna be like but,
from what I'm seeing, it's supposed to be in like the upper 70s, low 80s.
yeah, yeah. So that's like very like because I know we even been some events together too where it's just like, wow, it's a smoker out here, or just like, oh my goodness, it is hot. Yeah, so nice, like nice and comfortable. We'll be ready to go at it all day.
Yeah. Yep. No, and then right there before the event next Wednesday, I'll be going live on YouTube and on TikTok off and on. I'll be there at Red Robin's because they're donating 20% of their overhead for that day.
Dude, that's freaking awesome.
Yep, and I don't have it on me.
Dang, if I was going to be in Iowa before the end of the day, before they close, I would go to Red Robin and eat. Like, Jam, we're not eating until we get to Iowa, Red Robin.
Let's see if I can find this picture real quick. It's in my files.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, we went in back into July, like around like the 28th of July or something like that. And I was going to use my birthday reward because I signed up for birthday rewards back in like 2012. And so every year I get a free burger from my birthday, free meal. Who doesn't love a free meal? I mean, I can go and get an $18 burger for free. Hell yeah. So we went in and I was just like, hey, I see that y'all do a lot of nonprofit events on your website and that you do nonprofit stuff. I've got this event. And I tell one manager and she goes, the general manager and the district manager actually is right over there on the bar. Let me grab him.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, you're kidding. I get to talk with the big guy who's going to make the decision. And she goes and she gets him. And next thing I know, he's like, so I hear you got an event. And I tell him what it is. And he goes, yeah, I'm going to donate some gift cards to you. So we'll do those so you can do them for your raffles. He goes, but let's take it one step further. Let's do it to where we do a event here where we bring Red the Robin, and they're going to have the person who wears it with no gloves doing sign language.
Oh, my.
They're driving her up from Kansas City, from what I've heard. They're paying for her to come up from Kansas City, from what I've heard. To come up, wear the suit from like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon till close. And she's getting like $500.
Oh, wow.
And then they will, donate whatever they have from that night, 20%. Let's see if I can't turn my brightness down.
I mean, that's really cool. I mean, they're going to be busy. It's Red Robin.
Yeah.
There it is. Yep. Come. Wow.
So all you got to do is tell them, you're there for Crusaders for a Cause, and they'll, 20% of it right there, right away. So.
Well, that's cool. Red. I love Red Robin because I put work on those all-you-can-eat French fries.
See, I love those and the prickly pear lemonade that they have. That popping.
Yeah, I put work on those fries. They'd be like, "You want one more fry?" I love it.
And they got those garlic fries now.
Just one more.
And they've got garlic fries now. And I tried those, and it was like, these aren't too bad. They're like a garlic Parmesan fry, but the original. Nothing beats their original fries.
No, I put a little bit of that seasoning or whatever on there.
I went to what was it, a year or two ago? I went to Sam's and they had a bottle of their seasoning, a big bottle. And I was like, $10, yes.
Yeah, everyone's like, you can find rando stuff there, like rando seasonings. Yeah, I'll be doing a little exploring. Like I said, we'll be there. I'd see some other folks are coming up Wednesday, so they'll be around Thursday or whatever. We'll be doing some. Like I said, we kind of got to like Thursday will probably be more of like a recovery day, and then go do a little bit of that. But Friday will probably be exploring.
Oh yeah. Now I will tell you, downtown's going to be getting busy starting. What is it? The 28th. That would be Thursday. Downtown will start getting busy, and then they're going to stay busy probably through Monday. because we have what was the Do Tour is now called the U.S. Skateboard and Freestyle Open, and it's for the Olympics.
Oh, wow.
That's why we had to move from the skate park to this amusement park. So it's because they have the Olympics there, and they apparently had it booked and didn't put it on the calendar.
That's gonna be busy.
So they've got like 13,000 people coming in for that event alone. So,
wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So, but they'll be doing that, and I planned on trying to go maybe Thursday during the day or something like that. Check out some of what they have before the event and stuff, and
that's where we'll probably be going down there too. Maybe hook up or something.
Yeah, and then sometime either Thursday or Friday going to Zombie Burger. I gotta go down there anyways. See about getting those gift cards.
Yeah, let me know. I'll be willing to go on down and grab burger.
Yeah, the last time I was there,
I'm a tourist, and I know someone that knows the ropes down there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Last time I was there with someone from out of town was Grandma Kelly. We met up down there, and that was amazing.
I like Grandma Kelly. Yeah, she's awesome. Grandma Kelly, you rock.
Oh yeah, I love Grandma Kelly. That was a really memorable moment for me. So. But yeah, and then not too far from there is the Iowa Tap Room. They got over 100 Iowa beers on tap.
That is what I'm talking about. The traveling growler is coming with me, so I need to get a new sticker for it, and I need to fill it. It calls me sometimes. Benny,
like Magna Fishing with Sean and I, we went there last year for Global Magna Fishing Day time frame for that weekend. We went there once, and we grabbed a beer each, and that was the first time I'd ever been in there. They have a silo in the middle, like a small silo in the middle of the bar behind it, with all the taps coming out of it.
Oh,
and
wow.
There's just so many taps. It's like, how do they keep track?
Yeah. Like are none of these mixed up? Because that happened to me one time. I ordered I don't know what the heck it was. It was just like a light beer of some kind. I mean, it was a craft beer, and it came out like a cider, and I was like, and for a second I thought I was crazy, and it's like, Benny, you know what beer tastes like? This is a cider, bud. But I was like, well, maybe it's just a funky beer, It's just like, it's a hip beer or something. It's just a different and off the wall.
Yeah.
I let Jan taste it. She was like, yeah, bro, that's a cider, I was like, that's what I'm saying. Okay, I'm not crazy.
So I want to say, I think it's that place, the Iowa Tap Room. They had what was it? Blood orange beer that was really good. And then we went to one called Big Grove Brewery, and they're not too far down the road from there also. And they have a strawberry beer that was really good. And it was.
That sounds good.
I'd go back for the strawberry over anything, but but then there's a place that was actually like top 5 breweries in the U.S. that's here in Des Moines, and it's called Lua Brewery. And I've never been there. It's a little more upscale from what I've heard, but it's like one of the best breweries in the U.S. from what I've heard. I think that's one of them. I've sent you the link on.
Yeah. Hey, I'll go. I'll just have to twirl the stash and go on in. I'll fit right on in with them upper crusters.
Hey, we'll show them what we're about.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, that's cool. It seems like a lot of stuff to do, and
and there's the sculpture garden right there downtown. That's free to go walk around. You just got to pay parking for a lot of it. So, so much to do that's downtown and throughout Des Moines. It's unbelievable how much there is to do. So,
yeah, I wonder how many folks who are like me, and it's kind of like really like first time. Like I said, I've been there for a little quick a quick mission, but that was about it. Didn't spend too much time. It was like there and back. So, being able to, I wonder how many other folks are going to be like me, or getting around the block a little bit. He said
Oh
definitely my
yeah.
first time. So, I kind of get excited anytime I go to a place that's like new. I get excited about it,
Yeah.
Getting geared
Yeah.
up for adventure, right? Who doesn't
Oh
love
yeah.
that?
Well, and let's see. I've been sharing this out. Like, I literally went to my daughter's parent teacher meeting first day of school's Monday, so I met all the teachers and found her classrooms and all that today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wearing my Flying Arrow shirt, and she'll probably be talking about this event, telling every one of her teachers about it, and
That's
spread
good.
the word right there in front of all of her friends and all.
Yep.
And
Get the word out.
And then
Thanks for sharing.
every gas station I go into or store, I'll be like, "Hey, I've got these flyers. Can I post one somewhere?"
Mm-hmm.
And I've probably hit almost every Casey's on the side of Des Moines I live on, and within 15 miles.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, what's cool too is you'll get some folks showing up that just like, I heard about the event, or the folks that seen the flyers and stuff. That happens all the time. It's cool to meet people that way, because it's like, well, I don't even know you really in the social media world. It's like, oh, hey, what's up?
Oh, and I posted it at Bass Pro Shop.
Mm-hmm.
It's posted all over Bass Pro Shop. I gave them one copy of the flyer. They said they have a really high quality printer, and they were going to make 100 copies and just put them on the counter.
Nice. What's up with Fong's Pizza?
Fong's Pizza. Oh,
Fong's
yes.
Pizza.
Tisha's talking about Fong's Pizza. So they are another place downtown that they do weird pizzas. Like, they have a crab ragoon pizza.
Oh, get out of here.
Not even joking. I can't eat it.
Yeah.
But they have like a mac and cheese pizza. They have all different sorts of pizzas, and it's one of the best rated pizza places in the state.
Oh, that crab ragoon got me. Now, I'm gonna have sweet dreams about that thing. Oh my goodness! And then what was the other one? Casey's Truck Stop.
It's actually called Casey's General Store here in Iowa. It originated out of Des Moines, Iowa, and they're actually one of our sponsors for the event. They're donating water.
Sweet.
So they're one of the people donating water to us. So.
Oh, I'll be bringing my I'll be bringing my metal detector as well. Yeah. Go out there and do a little swinging. Yeah, I'm coming. I'm gonna be coming in hot. I'm gonna have all kinds of fun stuff. I'm ready to have some fun down there. Like I said, ready to hang out, folks. So I'm excited.
Yeah, Gerd's mentioning pizza, and the person who I have as a contact for the park, her family actually owns a pizza shop right down the road. They're normally closed on Saturday and Sundays, but they're going to open up for us. Just for the event. So,
yeah,
hey, Wendy.
What's up, Wendy? Don't forget to smash that thumbs up. Thanks for the reminder, Wendy. Yeah, let's get it.
Yep. It's from here in Des Moines. So.
Oh, that is so cool. Yeah,
so
it's definitely getting out west, even like for me for archaeology, because I travel a lot. But when I start getting out that way, like I said, it's very rando missions, not far and few in between. I tend to stay east of the Mississippi. My expertise archaeologically wise is the Ohio River Valley kind of area. So
okay.
Yeah, I kind of float along there.
I've been going around. I had a meeting with my folk rehab counselor yesterday, and I was sitting there talking to her about it, and I was like, I've got this event. It's 30th and 31st. I'm telling her about it. And she's like, Jared, I'm telling her everything I've done for it, and she goes, "You're studying for your real estate license right now. Do you realize how important networking is for real estate in general? If you don't network, you're not successful." She was like, Home Depot, Casey's, naming off all these places that I've just mentioned, and she's writing them down. And she's like, you're networking while you're building this event. I am so proud of what you're doing because you're doing your job ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
She was
Well,
like, so,
it goes to show that the skill sets are transfer. You just was like, oh yeah, like, yeah, I'm gonna be good at this. Like, yeah.
yep.
How do you like the real estate? That was something I always was curious about.
There's a lot of legal stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But in the here in Iowa, you have to do what's called a 60-hour pre-course. Every state's different. Oklahoma, I think, is like 90 or 95 hours you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
One state's 120 hours. I don't remember what state it was. But each state requires a certain amount of hours before you can apply for the license of just classroom training, basically.
Yeah.
And here in Iowa is one of the lower states at 60 hours.
Mm-hmm.
They said whenever I started this, they warned me, when you get to the closing portion, that is the hardest portion there is. I got 100%.
Like,
So it's like, how is that hard? I haven't had sleep in 2 days and I just got 100%.
They call that a natural.
Yeah.
You're natural.
The one thing that did make me upset, I was on a VPN because of my laptop, and I had put 25 plus hours into this training. I exit the VPN, I lose 25 hours.
Oh no! Yeah, because it's keeping track through the
Yeah, because it's got a little tracker that it does your progress, and it's state approved and everything for your certificate and your license and all. And I'm like, oh, you're kidding me! I just lost 25. I lost 3 days worth of work. At least 3 days.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah,
I was so upset. And then I'm making it up now. I'll be done by next Friday.
That's a kick in the magnets, if you ask me.
Oh yeah. I've what was it? Monday and most Tuesday. I was just cramming it out, just everything I could to get it caught back up, and I put like 16 hours in.
Yeah.
So getting it done.
Yeah, I remember it's been a while since I had to do tests and stuff. It's like around 2018, something like that for me. Yeah, I mean, man, that grind. Ooh. Yeah, kudos. I remember when and it's crazy you're like talking about the stuff you have to know for all these tests and stuff. I'm a certified drone pilot, and I don't know if anyone else in the chat or anyone else said, but I remember when they were like, well, now you have to get this license to be this drone pilot if it was beyond recreational use, which mine was.
Yeah.
So I went to go take the drone test, right? The federal drone test to be certified. And it was kind of like what you were kind of saying. It was like, I'm like, you had to know stuff like pertaining to like an airplane, like landing on a runway. And I'm just like,
yep.
Listen, folks, I just want to take like some cool, pretty photos of me with my Mac, you know what I mean? And then maybe then I was doing the thing of like roof inspections. This is back kind of before Kratos. It's like, I just want to sell some roof inspection photos. Yeah. I was like, I'm not trying to land, at Reagan Airport here or whatever, you know what I mean?
I'm studying for my drone license. I have to get it for real estate.
Yep. And that's kind of what I was doing. I was going to work with real estate folks and do some photos. And then because my daughter was interested in getting her license because she's in school young, figuring out what she wants to do.
Yeah.
And she was interested in that. And, so we were kind of like talking about that aspect.
Yeah, I had to get I got a drone so that I could start practicing for my real estate license. Mm-hmm. And this is the Conexto F28, right at 249 grams. So it's 1 gram below that legal limit.
Yeah, well, that's playing it smart. Yep.
And you take the lens cover off, and it's right there at the 248. You put the lens cover on, and it goes up to 251. So it's like, oh, it's that much, huh? Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's like, yeah, it still looks good to me. Take off a piece of tape.
And then, where is it? And then I had to buy, because it doesn't have the tracker for the GPS tracker. I had to can't remember what it's called, but I had to buy that separate. And you put that on there, and it's right there at like 400 grams. I'm like, or not 400, 300 grams. I'm like, oh, well, that requires a license then. So I'm going to have to take that off.
So what's cool with me is so in the office where I work, I don't know if a lot of folks out there might not know this. Some folks know it. During magnet fisher by night, archaeologist by day, kind of deal. But one of the things I get to do is because I'm a drone pilot is I'll actually get to do drone jobs. So they'll be like, hey, we need a drone flight of an area. And some of the stuff I do is pre-construction and post-construction flights. So I'll fly a drone and create a map of all the photos. I'll put them together, create like an ortho mosaic, and it'll show like, before they did some kind of construction or after. So that's always cool to go do that because, drone, it's not like archaeology, you're sitting there pushing out wheelbarrows sometimes, you know what I mean? The drone, it's going to like, I got a cigar in my mouth. I'm sitting there, make sure there's no eagles attacking that thing. I'm good to go.
Yep.
But so those jobs are kind of cool. But the company that I work, they also do something cool with AI. Like one of the things they do is they'll fly that drone over the desert, and then the video footage they'll use artificial intelligence to pick out these rare turtle species they're keeping an eye out for. So that's freaking cool. They do that. I haven't done any of those projects. Like I said, I kind of get thrown in the drone thing because just in our area there's limited people with licenses.
Yeah.
I'm like the default Pittsburgh drone guy. I'll take it though.
Let's see if I can find it real quick.
Oh, that's crazy. These rules are super strict in Canada, huh?
Yeah, I've heard that from a few people actually.
Yeah, I mean, there's rules here in the States, but it's definitely different. It's more about just knowing what airspace, like. You can't go too high because then all of a sudden you might, you're starting to go with planes and stuff or whatever might be flying around. You got to watch around airports. And that's when they kicked in those new regs, what you were talking about. Because back in the day, I've been drone pilot for a while. Back in the day, man, people just get them things and just like fly them everywhere. You know what I mean? Woo, 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 woo,
Yeah.
And so they're starting to crack down. That's why they want to have that transponder on there so people can be held accountable,
Yep. And then, there's so many apps
time.
anymore. There's so many apps to tell you where you can fly and where you can't fly and all that, with restricted airspace and all that. I've got one of them on my phone actually. I was trying to pull it up real quick. It's called Avision, and they basically, let's see if I can't get it to show. It's called the Before You Fly. So it'll tell you like where you're at, and it'll go through all the stuff for where you can fly and what's classified and all that. And
I use that for it's a very helpful tool.
So the for the no fly zones and all that. The skate park was a controlled airspace, but Riverview, where we're going to be at now, is open.
So that's cool. So we can do a little bit of drone stuff.
Oh, I plan during the magnet toss. I plan on trying to get my drone to hover. So I've still got to try to practice that because the last time it crashed into me. So,
well, I always say it's like flying a drone is like riding a motorcycle. It's not if you're going to crash, it's when you're going to crash. I think that's the old adage. At least a lot of bikers, told me. But as a drone, I'm not a biker or anything. But as a drone pilot, I can relate to that. I've had to send a couple to the old drone graveyard.
See, the first time I flew it was kind of funny. First time I flew it, I just went out to the parking lot. I'm sitting there trying to get it calibrated and stuff, and it was back a few months ago, actually. It's kind of funny and embarrassing at the same time. I'm flying it, and all of a sudden the remote quits transponding, and I hit the GPS button for it to go back to GPS where I started from, thinking it's programmed to my phone. It starts shooting towards the power line, and I'm like, oh no, abort, land. And I end up getting control of it again because the controller picks up, and it shoots over into a tree. So then I went and picked it up, broke two of the blades off for one of the motors, and the landing gear piece broke off, and it happened to be the antenna one. So I literally same day I bought it. So I went back to Best Buy because I bought the extended warranty on it.
Yeah.
They replaced it completely, no questions asked. Just here you go, it happens.
They can be finicky. I've had it to where So I was doing a drone flight in Gettysburg, which was cool because you're really not allowed, but because I was worked for a company and got all these clearances stuff. So I'm like flying this thing, Gettysburg. It's like, oh, this is sweet. Well, there was a construction crew work, and mind you, I mean, I'm clearing big areas. I mean, I'm not just flying. I mean, I'm flying like you got to keep it see visually. So it's like, yep, I see it.
Yeah.
See it,
Where's the binoculars?
Yeah, it's out there. I still see it, but the construction crew would, we all seen the construction, like the stop and go, the flaggers. They have their little walkie talkies. All right, Jerry, let them go. Switch it from slow to stop. Well, just to show how the communication with the drone is, that caused interference on the drone. So that thing, once it got into their radio signal, went bonkers. I lost control. The remote's like signal lost. I'm like, oh, and the drones that they had were really expensive. It's like, oh, I don't want to go back and being like, I just lost this drone. They give Benny the old stink eye.
Yeah.
But it finally found its way back and just returned home. But it was like, oh my goodness. I was like, each time these people were talking, they were making the drone turn left.
Oh God. Left turn.
Yeah. I just had to get out of their signal, but I was like, oh my goodness. Because you see them on there, I would like see the drums, like, and that's what it has to be. So yeah, that's what I think it was.
Yeah, and then after I replaced it, I came home, I charged it, I waited a few days because it started raining, and then I went to a park right down the road with Bug, and I was on my knee scooter at the time because of the ankle surgery and stuff, and I couldn't go magnet fishing, get that wet or anything. So I was like, I'll just practice with the drone at this park.
Mm-hmm.
I start flying it, and it starts having a hawk fly and trying to attack it and stuff. And I actually made a video out of it. It made video content. So I was like, hey, why not?
And that's like, so when I'm out flying the drone, like for work purposes and even fun, but like work purposes, I'll use a program. It's called Drone Deploy.
Okay.
So I can upload like a KMZ of like whatever I want to survey, take photographs of. And then I will press a button and it'll calculate the flight path. It'll tell me the batteries. It'll tell me the best way to do it. And so like when I just hit a button, and it's like, that's why I love these jobs, because it's like I light up a cigar, I'll hit the button, that drone will take off and it does the flight automatically. The only thing I do is make sure them hawks, I have to grab that remote when you start seeing one of them hawks get interested, because that is really like a big issue. Like them birds of prey, they love, especially if it's a smaller drone, they love those things, or at least they're intrigued by them.
Yeah.
Like,
every time that I go back to this park, I've gone there like 3 or 4 times. I can't go back there because there's a nest, and they'll fly out of the tree, and then they'll be chasing the thing around. There's like 5 of them.
And can you see that mama hawk feeding them babies? That drone pieces hanging out the mouth. You know what I mean? They're shoving a propeller down their throat. It's like, no, it's not a bird. It's
yeah,
a drone.
So, the last time we went, and I'm flying it, beautiful, almost like 5-mile-an-hour wind, so almost nothing. It was no turbulence on it. Beautiful picture, and we've got storms coming, and that's what I was trying to get. That hawk starts coming around, and I'm flipping the drone and stuff as it's trying to fly and grab it and stuff, and the bird's getting pissed off, and I'm like, okay, Bug, we're gonna land this. I'm gonna have you run out and grab it because you're faster. Don't let the hawk grab it.
Oh yeah, it's like, get it. One of the other cool things we'll do with those drones with that program is, so we can actually set it up to take all kinds of various photographs at different angles. And for archaeology, we'll use it to recreate petroglyphs, which is freaking cool. So we create 3D models, and it's so crazy, man. Like, we'll take 1,000 pictures. Like I said, we can set up that drone to do it automatically. Back in the day, I was doing it by hand. This is 2025. So, and it'll take like 1,000 photos circling that all different angles. Because that camera, I get all over the place, take all kinds of photos. And then it'll mesh all those photos together, and it'll create a 3D image. And so it's really cool, because when we're like checking out petroglyphs and stuff we find, we're doing further, it just brings them back. It is freaking sweet. And that way you're able to examine these things, in the comforts of a desk instead of, the comforts of ticks in your butt. Because usually they're out in the middle of nowhere. But that's one of the cool things we do.
Yeah, she was able to get it before the Hawk.
Yeah, it's
No,
just
it's
crazy. They love those things.
I plan on flying the drone a little bit, like I said, for the event. Trying to get some video footage and pictures of people magnet fishing on the bridge, and just general photos of it, of everyone. And then magnet toss, maybe trying it out if I've got enough battery.
Yeah. Oh man, I could. What drone do you have? I
I
have all
got
kinds of
the
different ones. Maybe I got extra batteries. I could just bring them charged if they're the same ones.
where did I just set it? Right there.
I mean, I got the DJI. I got some regular, like just off-brand ones.
I have the Conexto F28.
I don't think I have that one. Because I got all kinds of drones. I got different ones. I got I remember when I first started, it was a little parrot drone, and it only worked on Wi-Fi. So it was funny because Wi-Fi, you don't get that far of a range.
Right.
So I'd be outside flying that thing, and once it got a range of like the Wi-Fi, you would think it would just shut down or come back. Nope. That thing's like, you push it to the limit. Sorry for you, Benny. I'm just gonna fly away, and I'm just go meow. Just fly away. It was like it was, I don't know, just some kind of like bad setting that they had when they programmed it. It's like, no, if you lose contact, you don't run from me. You don't fly away from me. You come back down. But it would just go weird. Now, luckily, it was a small little drone. Didn't really go that far. So I kind of like, see it across the field. But it was just like, you try to get as high as you can to do those cool shots, right? So I'm always pushing it. Yeah, as soon as I got that level, I knew that thing just went, whoo!
Yeah. See, I've got a background in robotic engineering.
Oh, that's freaking sweet.
I went to school for industrial maintenance and robotic engineering, and I was about to I was so close to graduating. I didn't want to take one of the classes, and
You're like Tony Stark.
so I got the certificate instead of the degree, basically, for it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I programmed some of those earlier drones. I learned how to program them and how to write the codes for them and stuff for the bigger drones.
That's crazy.
And wow.
Back before I seen the light and changed my major to archaeology, I was actually in computer sciences. So it's funny, so we learned all those languages that are so obsolete now, right? But it's like I spent so much like time learning Fortran, C++, Visual Basic, write little computer programs, Never gotten to the depths that you got, like involved like doing drone stuff, you know what I mean? But
I'll tell you, I was learning how to program VFDs and CNC machines and all those different things. I could go in, spend 8 hours, reprogram a whole CNC machine from start to finish.
That's wild.
And the coding for that, for the VFDs and PLCs and all those, it's just ridiculous. Yeah. A lot of that C# and C++ and HTML code.
Yeah. And now you look at what's crazy now, and just goes to show, like, you really, never know. You look at now, like, with AI, type me some code, like, still, I think you need that human, but it's just like so crazy, it's like, wow, like, I don't know, who would have thought? I always think AI is real intriguing and interesting, because I remember when we just talked about it and like, yeah, it'll eventually be here. Yeah. It's good. Then all of a sudden, like, it's everywhere. It's like, holy smokes, that happened quick, huh?
Yeah. That happened way faster than I expected.
Yeah. So it makes you wonder. It's like, oh, it's like, I've seen all 37 Terminator movies, so I don't know.
Yeah. Terminator, RoboCop. Who knows what else?
The theme here.
I played Fallout,
Battlestar Galactica. I mean, come on, we can keep naming them here, folks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, that'd be cool doing some drone shots. Then that'd be cool, folks doing the underwater camera shots. I keep thinking of doing that. Like I'd be worried about putting like a GoPro, but it's like, maybe getting one, like a non-GoPro one that isn't, wouldn't sting as much if it got messed up on there, and you still get good video, or maybe
So
I'm just the chicken.
so this is my GoPro. It's seen in the water. Actually, the part of it being in the water is actually in my intro video, and when I found the first ATM.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, how do I hook this up to a rope? Because there's something super heavy and I can't pull it out. And I went back a couple days later and I rigged up this thing with a little piece of PVC pipe with hooked to this and everything. And I ended up coming up with a better plan later on. But I had it rigged up and I drop it down and I can't see shit. I forgot lighting.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about the lighting. So I got maybe a foot into the water and then dark. And I was like, well, but then last year when Magnet Fishing with Sean came, I was trying to go back to, we're there at the same location where I lost my hook. And I'm like, hey, I'll throw the GoPro in. I forgot that you can mod GoPros, any of them from the GoPro 7 on, you can mod. And I replaced the battery door with one that has a cord connector to where it doesn't seal, waterproof. So then I threw it in there with it like this and it got water inside. So I was like, oh crap. I got to dry this out. It took 3 weeks of it drying out in rice before it finally worked again, but it worked 100%.
The old rice trick, I think, is like one of those things that everyone knows, like it's just like one of those like universal hacks that, that one of the things that are passed on. So
what I ended up doing to really get the water out, because I was sitting there, I was like, how do I get all the water out of it? How do I get all the water? And I was pouring water in the battery door and then taking canned air and blowing all of it out and everything. Finally, I put it in the bag of rice and I set it out on my balcony right in the middle of the sun when it was 100 degrees outside and just let it steam the rice. And that got all the water out, the screens work and everything. But when I went out the last time I went out magnet fishing was my honey hole where the grenades and the ATMs are at, which I have one of the 4 that I was able to keep sitting right here on the desk. But I didn't have a mount for the GoPro because I broke it when we were up in Spirit Lake.
Oh, no.
So I was like, oh, man, how do I do this? So I ended up using my phone. Well, after that, I ended up finding magnetic ones that are literally
nice.
And I was like, I'm going to get that. And that's how I'm going to do it now. So.
That's cool. I was watching one of Joker's videos. I seen he had the Meta glasses. Joker, you out there? I'm curious what you how you like those Meta glasses. I'm thinking about getting some myself. I like that point of view. You know what I mean? It seems like good picture quality.
They've got a pair that are like the Meta glasses that I've looked into. I don't remember the brand off the top of my head. I've got the link saved somewhere. They're actually made for the deaf and hard of hearing.
Oh, wow.
They have the camera where it does that, but it also has a built-in, like multiple built-in microphones, and it reads the captions right on the screen, on the lens, where you can read what they're saying. Being deaf,
that's wild.
And they're expensive as hell. They're like $2,000-$3,000 for them.
Yeah,
but they're like it'll literally print it right on the screen.
Or the Meta glasses, not medical glasses.
The Meta glasses, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they are medical. Maybe it's prescription. I don't know.
Some of them. I looked into them and I was like, will insurance cover this like they did my hearing aids?
So
well,
that's what I get so much for frames each year. So it's like, yeah, if I do have to get prescription, maybe they'll cover some of the frame. I was just curious. I think it's cool. Like I said, I heard that the new ones coming out. Well, they had the Oakley ones that came out, which actually have the 8-hour battery life.
Yeah,
so that's kind of double of the Ray-Ban ones. But the next version, they're going to have visual displays and stuff, and that's what I'm talking about. Like that's like when I was younger, like that's what I was envisioning we'd already be at.
Right.
I mean, we all seen Back to the Future. We should have holographic sharks by now coming out for movie, for movies.
Hoverboards, flying cars.
Hoverboards. Where's all this stuff at?
Yeah, I mean, for the longest time, I was like, I've got to get a good mic. I've got to get a good mic, and I wasn't able to wear my hearing aids most of this year before this because I've got acrylic molds now, and I had silicone tips. I'm allergic to silicone.
Oh no, that's yeah. I guess that
And
would be
I
good
had
then.
silicone in my ear, and so it was causing blisters and stuff. So we had to wait for them to go away and heal, and then I'd get allergy issues, and then sinus issues, and just blow my eardrums. I've blown it like 3 times this year. This week is the first week I've been able to wear the left one again, but just right here, what's in my ears is like $8,000.
That's wild.
So
That stuff ain't cheap. Joker, I swear I seen you on a video with wearing Meta glasses.
that'd
Maybe,
be cool.
maybe I was hallucinating. I don't know. I swear I seen. I thought you said you had Meta glasses on. It looked like you did, at least with the point of view of it. That's what made me think of it. But yeah, I think those would be cool. I was like, I'm curious about like maybe getting those and doing some stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
But the ones having displays, that'd be sweet. You know, if they come on out, like I said, having displays, that's what I'm talking about.
You know, and it may be those ones with the displays that you're talking about same ones I'm talking about.
Yeah, yep.
And so I can't wait to be able to get something like that. I've been looking at it myself because I'm like right now I've got captions on my computer.
Well, you know, I was like, you know, there's like some folks that it's like, oh man, I don't, you know, like I don't want the chip or whatever. It's like me. It's like, yeah, man, give me some chips. Put some chips in my, you know what I mean? Give me some implants. You know, let me control the remote with my fingertips. Let's come on. It's time to sit here and get you know, cyborgy. You guys want to start off small. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I ain't scared. You know, I always think it would be cool. Like, you know, sometimes you watch those movies, and I'm trying to think. I think it was like the new Total Recall. It was the one, not the old one with Arnie, but it was the new one with Colin Farrell, whatever his name was. But I thought it was cool because the phone like was an insert in his hand. So it was like, and I was like, that's like, I could see that happening, you know, not too far off where like, you know, it'll start getting to where like people are just tired of having that phone up in their pocket or carrying. It's like, yeah, just put that stuff in my hand. You know?
Yeah.
But for me, I'd have to make sure it's in the left hand because, well, if it was in the right one, well, I'd have some problems. Chuckle. I don't know if they would call it a butt dial, but it might be some kind of dial. You know? Little adult humor there, folks. Let you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I say I look forward to seeing some. Wonder who's all in the chat is going out to the event.
So I know Chop Shop and Wendy, they're going to be there. Magnet Fishing with Sean, I know is going to be there. Nightheart's going to be there.
Nice.
Matt and Lindsay from Stuck on You, I know they're coming. We've been talking. They got some stuff they're donating for the event and stuff.
Well, that's cool.
So they've got a caltrop that they've made up really nice. So,
those things are so cool.
It's actually on a keychain. So.
Oh, that's even cooler. Heck yeah.
So they went out. They've got all these caltrops. They cleaned up a really nice one that they got. Got a clear coat on it so it doesn't rust anymore. And then they drilled a hole into it, put it on a keychain, and it's got a carabiner and a paracord bracelet on there.
Oh, I bet that thing looks freaking sweet.
So we'll be putting that up for the spots and such. And then I've got the event cups, which are actually behind me, and the picnic basket, which is that cooler right there by my thumb.
Oh, awesome.
And it's a 3-day cooler. It'll stay cold for 3 days at least.
Heck yeah, can't have warm Kratos juice.
I've got one myself that I bought in green just because, you know, kind of have the flying arrow green. I've used it myself when it was 105 degrees out. I've had ice in it and it's lasted literally not even melting after the first day.
Yeah.
So it's, they're really good coolers. They're like $40 a piece.
Yeah, that's how you can tell. Like, yeah, a lot of times it's like, yeah, I'll have that cooler, and it's like you put that ice in, and it lasts like 3 hours. Like, oh my.
Yeah, and it's $40 a piece. They're like $40 a piece, and I got them from Costco.
Yeah.
So that's how you know it's good, is because
Mhm.
it's one of the high quality ones. And I
Yeah.
compared it with the Yeti, and it was comparable to a Yeti. So
Yeah, just keep stuff cool forever.
yep. And then we've got in that picnic basket. There's 2 blankets that we've got that are the tie blankets that I've personally done myself,
Mm-hmm.
and there's 2 cups that Tisha and I designed.
Nice. Wendy just said there'll be another dog basket. Yay!
Oh yeah, another dog basket like she did last year. So
my puppy Apollo is here right now. He's just right under my feet, listening into the live.
let's see. Grab this real quick.
That puppy Apollo, he hangs out with me every time when I'm sitting there doing orders. Me and him put in those Kratos shifts together. He's always ready to put orders together. Huh, buddy? He's up here now. I heard you talking about him. He's jumping on me. Yeah, I'm talking about you.
So we actually have some that Tisha and I decided to do. Let's see which one this one is. So the cups that we're doing this year, they're 40 ounce, and they got a handle,
Oh, nice.
straw with silicone tip. So this was the first event cup that we decided to do, and it's got like a holographic glitter throughout it, so it doesn't show up too well on camera unless you're at certain angles.
Yeah.
But it's got the sign language alphabet, the event logo, and then the deaf awareness ribbon on this one.
Nice.
So then I was design person. I see the flaws. I see having issues, and going back watching the videos. Oh, you can't see this. You can't see this. So then this is it. The handle's not on it, but I went back and I redesigned it, changed the background a little bit.
Yeah,
it shows up better. Now it's got the event logo reverse colored, but instead of doing the deaf ribbon, it's not hearing loss, it's deaf gain.
Yep.
Which that's a huge saying that I learned when I was in my deaf culture class. That it took a while for it to get embedded in me. Of it's not a disability, it's an ability. But the handle's in here and everything is in here. So what I'm going to do for the event is, originally I was just like, well, I don't like this one, but I've had a lot of people say it's nice still. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put both of these up at the table. And whoever wins the cup will get to pick which one they want. The one they don't pick, I'm taking.
Right.
Like,
that's a good idea.
Whichever one they don't take, I'll take. And then we have the other cup that I love. This cup. I'm gonna have to remake this cup because I want it too. It's got the sign language, it's still the voice hands. Don't know what to do with your hands? Learn ASL. And it's got the ABC right there.
Oh, I like that. How cool.
So, we came up with both of these designs, and kind of this one is actually one of our banners for this year.
Oh, okay.
So kind of took a little bit of it and made it into a banner, and we'll be able to have that up there. And I have a few people in the deaf community that I've talked with that are friends that are looking at doing online sign language classes to teach sign language.
Oh, wow.
So I'm hoping that they'll be able to show up.
Yeah. Hey, take it easy, BJ.
Take it easy, BJ. Thank you. But yeah, so
I love it. I think those are all awesome.
And then we've got the dog tags that I've got a few more to print. I've made 100 dog tags total from what I've given out and what we have left. So I'll have dog tags there. I'll have the limited edition stickers, which there's only 55 of those.
Yeah. Got to get one for the bucket.
Number one of being right there.
Yeah.
I was like, I got to take one of them, but I I even put money in for it myself because I was like, these are limited edition. I'm trying to raise money for the event, so put money in for it myself.
Mhm.
So, but I'll be doing those, and let's see, we've got. Let me pull this.
Yeah, I love the limited edition stickers and collecting them. I like add them to the old bucket.
Try to get this where I can share this. I don't know if the chat will stay on there or not. Share screen.
Bear with us, folks, if we can't see the chat.
Let's see how
I
this
still
does.
see it.
Yeah, it'll take us away instead. So we've got the event website still going. Updated, obviously, for the park. A little bit about the cause and where it's going to be at, what the Iowa Association of the Deaf, who's going to end up getting the funds, will do with it and stuff. But then we've got all the donations right here.
Nice.
Which, we've got that Birthplace of John Wayne limited edition belt buckle, number 154 of 10,000.
Oh, yeah.
The coin set's gone, but we've got the black walnut puzzle that Chop Shop made. We've got a little, starter drone, which, I mean, it's a pretty nice looking drone from what I've seen. Still available. But most of the stuff right now is just being saved for buckets, is what it mostly is now. So
yeah, there'll be a couple. There'll be some surprise things when we get out there too.
Oh yeah, that'll be nice. And then one thing that I haven't added on there, we also have a mystery item from Charlie Digging It Back. So what we're going to do is whoever enters that will run a race, which I'm actually going to start that tonight for allowing spots, $5 a spot. And I'm going to do 20 spots on it. He's been known to send things like coin tumblers, really nice Molly hand diggers, and coin scopes, all sorts of different things, like a variety of things. He's even done things like home forges.
Oh, that's freaking cool.
Forges. So I mean, it's a decent thing for what you're getting for the value. He's good quality from what Charlie's sending. But he's going to send a mystery item that I don't even know just yet what it is. But he's like, start getting it. He's getting spots out there on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start tonight. Thank you, Wendy. Miss Wendy's got an excellent Google Drive setup of all the stuff for spots. So $5 a spot, mystery item. Don't know what you're getting until it shows up. But it's from Charlie Digging It Back.
That's part of the fun.
We'll do a duck race whenever we hit 20 spots.
Heck yeah.
And then whoever wins, I'll forward their info over to Charlie, which Charlie and I exchange phone numbers. We talk occasionally. He's had a lot going on with his family, but we still keep in contact and everything. So.
Take it easy, Nightheart.
See you, Matt. Can't wait to see you next week. I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Speaking of stuck on you right there.
Hey,
Lindsay.
what's
up? But Charlie Digging It Back will I'll forward the information to him, whoever wins the duck race, and he'll send it out the prize and send confirmation to me and that person.
I'll have to get to you because I got a couple things. Might as well get spots instead of just waiting. Might as well get the spots up so
okay,
people can start. Who's interested, because maybe some folks won't be at the event. You know what I mean? But they still, want to show their support and stuff. And
oh yeah,
cool way to show support because it's like, chance to really get something cool back, and everything's going to the event and stuff. A good cause.
Let's see. What did you miss? We were talking about the event for just shooting the bull about drones and stuff. Excuse me. Talking about
About AI, takeover,
about
the
AI
Terminator.
takeover.
It's been a
Yeah,
meandering conversation. But everyone here in the chat's on the voyage with us all.
Mr.
What's up,
LGM
LGM?
himself. What's up, James?
How's it going, bro? Awesome.
Chop Chop just did 4 spots for Charlie's Mystery Prize. All right. So then we have 16 spots left.
Heck yeah.
So
Goes quick.
yeah, it'll go quick. I'm pretty sure because I mean, like I said, it's from Charlie digging it back, and he sent some awesome prizes.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a couple things that are going to be there from metal detecting wise for things that are available. We've got baskets. Just trying to come up with baskets. Oh, I know what I got to grab. I'll grab it later. I don't want to move the cooler at the moment. We bought a camera that is up for the event.
Oh,
So
really?
it's kind of like the one that I got
Do
last
tell.
year. Then one of those action cams.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll, I've got an action cam. It's a Arctic Fox brand one, kind of like the Wolfgang, but it's awesome. I went through and I watched the videos and read review after review before I got it for like 2 weeks straight of comparing Wolfgang and Arctic Fox and all these. And I was like, they're comparable to the Wolfgang, comparable or better than GoPro for some of it, because GoPro has a tendency of overheating.
Mm-hmm. I heard that. Yeah.
They don't have that with this camera. They fixed that problem with this camera. So went through and looked, and I was like, this says that you can go outside negative 32 degrees for an hour and it won't freeze the battery. You can go outside in 105 degrees and it'll not overheat.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
That is, because it's not, but yeah, because it's like that. Yeah, like stuff, electronics. That's usually no bueno.
Yeah, I know that.
Batteries.
Just here in Iowa, we get to negative 32 in the winter normal.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, same up in Wisconsin. I know they do. So I was like, I like that. So,
yeah, I think it gets cold here in Pittsburgh. You guys are on a different level.
It's been colder here in Des Moines or in Iowa than it was in the Arctic Circle.
Oh, my goodness.
It was colder here than it was in Antarctica at one point last year. Let's see, what was it? January of 24. My whole ceiling, about half of the ceiling for 3 days straight, was a sheet of ice, 1/4 inch thick. What? Because of the over in the corner over there is the air conditioner, and it was blowing in from that air conditioner, even with stuff over it. It was just blowing through, freezing the ceiling. And it was like 10 feet by like 12 feet of just ice. And it was a 1/4 inch thick. When it started melting, we moved the desk to this side.
Jeez. Dude, LGM was just talking about the DJI actually the latest overheats. That's crazy because those things are expensive, and and when you hear that, like DJI, you're
yeah, DJI, you would think that they would have their
stuff together. We'll call it stuff.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, that would be disappointing.
I'm trying to see if I can't get this picture for.
You just gotta quit putting it under your armpit when you're not using it. Stash it there. Maybe that's it.
See if I can't get this picture real quick for what they are donating. Because I know I mentioned it already.
Yeah, I'll be. Yeah, $400. That is crazy. It's like you might as well just put that iPhone on a gimbal or something. I've seen those. Maybe that's all you need.
All right, let's see.
I even had my iPhone shut off a couple times when it got hot.
Oh yeah, when I was doing landscaping, mine would do it all like every day, and it was usually about the same time in the day. I'd be sitting there and jamming out, hearing aids in, hooked up to my phone for music, and all of a sudden I'd be like, "My phone stopped playing music. What the heck?" Warning: temperature. It was like, oh, well, I guess probably should pull it out of the sun away from these bricks.
Mm. Hey, then it asked me that silly question. Do you want to override? Yeah, I want to override. When there's water in there, I was like, yeah, there might be some water detected in here. Do you want to override this from her? Like, yeah, override. It ain't that bad. I blew it out. Let's go.
Try to get this picture to pop up without popping up 100 times.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying, man. I was thinking about getting one of those, the DJI, like on the gimbal, the cameras. Like I said,
yeah, I was looking at getting a gimbal for my phone and GoPro as it is, but let's see.
I found when I hold my phone, like I don't know if it's just like getting older or whatever, but it's like that hand ain't as steady as it used to be. I don't know. It's just like sometimes I can be like, I wish I was able to keep it a little more steadier. But also, I get like my attention gets caught away by every squirrel in the vicinity, so it's probably half of my head.
There it is.
Oh,
that is
wow!
The Caltrop teaching that they made.
Heck yeah, that looks good. I like the colors. Yeah, that's sweet.
But yeah, so that will be available for spots for it. Oh, see, 80, 85, that's the normal here whenever I go out. I've gone outside and gone magnet fishing last summer when it was 105, though I'm in the shade.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, it definitely seems like it's, years recent, a little bit hotter. That's why for me, like, I love the spring. I love the fall magnet fishing. Those are my favorite times. Because in the fall time I could be a little bit more of a warrior. Man, I'll be sitting there magnet fishing in the summertime, and sometimes I'd be putting in that like shift, and it's just like, okay, it's hot. It's 2:00. You started in the morning when it's nice and cool, and it's just like, whew, it's time to go lick some wounds at the old bar, at the old pub for a little bit.
That's like. Whenever I went out magnet fishing for the 4th of July, it said it was supposed to get up to 110 that day. And I was like, hey, Colt.
Cold Citizens magnet fishing.
I was like, well, I want to go out magnet fishing, but before I do, I want to know how hot it's going to get today. So I'm like, all right, it's like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, time to go. It's supposed to get hot. Let's go. Let's get home before noon. And,
yeah.
Yeah,
I was like, I always wondered, like, what kind of magnet fisher are you all out there? Are you the all-day adventurer where you get up early and you go out and you just push it and crank it until 4 or 5 o'clock or whatever? Or are you the morning rise, or you just get up in that morning up real early and then around lunchtime, 1 o'clock, you kind of, fizzle out a little bit, like enough's enough? Or do you do like the evening shift? Sometimes I like magnet fishing to when it starts getting dark. I like that.
Yeah.
But I always thought magnet fishing at nighttime would be a cool little thing with some neons. Man, let's get some neon rope. Some neon. It's got a weird glow stick wrap around your rope or something.
That's something I was looking at doing. So I took a couple glow sticks. I bought glow sticks years ago. 5 cents a package for 5 of them in a package. There were Halloween leftovers at Walmart, and I was like, just take a bunch. Literally picked up a box full. And Tisha was looking at me like, what do we need all those for? I was like, we got kids. I was like, we got kids, emergencies, who knows? They're good for all of it.
Well, they're great. It's great for Halloween for the kids, trick-or-treaters.
Oh, yeah. What I used to do is take them and I would get the color changing ones where I would start out one color and it would change over time. Break them open, shake them up, throw them inside the pumpkin, and let the pumpkin glow with it, and just start changing colors.
Dude, check this out. So you know how we were talking a little bit earlier about the garden and stuff. This year, I threw a couple pumpkins, pumpkin seeds. Made a nice little mound, put some pumpkin seeds in there in the back of the garden.
I'm
I
sorry.
got 15 pumpkins. Listen, folks, if you want to feel good about yourself, like say you're not a green thumb and you want to feel good about yourself, grow some pumpkins because you'll get 30 of them. They're huge, they're big, and it really makes you feel like you're good at gardening. So it's like I had all these pumpkins. I'm like, I don't even know. Dude, I started like, well, what kind of pumpkin recipes do I eat? Because it's like, well, how many jack-o'-lanterns do I need? I start, give them to the neighbors or whatever. But it's like, man, I'm trying to think of some pumpkin recipes. So if anyone got any
I'm
good
sorry.
pumpkin recipes, send that to support@kratosmagnetics.com. so I got to do something with all these goddamn pumpkins.
I'm sorry in advance for the trouble you'll have with pumpkins afterwards. When I did landscaping my whole life. I've done landscaping since I was 11 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And pumpkins are one of those things that you don't even have to plant them yearly, because if you let one of them rot or the vines stay, they will regrow.
It's just like
I had this one house that one of my good friends, they had me redo a house that they were selling whenever I had my landscaping company. Her daughter had decided to take 10 years before this and throw 2 seeds out for pumpkin seeds in the back of a garden. And for 15 years, they had pumpkins.
What?
Every year.
Because
They
they kept
would have the
regrowing.
vines and the flowers come up, and they would start growing pumpkins.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, how do we get rid of these? I said, Roundup.
Yeah. They just keep growing. Like that one seed, they will. Yeah, it really, like I said, it makes you feel good about being a gardener.
Yep.
Of course, I don't know. I got to get creative and I guess do a whole bunch of pumpkin seeds.
But oh, come on, Greg. You got more right there.
Yeah. I was thinking
I guess I should have read before that. Wendy said she'll get sick if she does too much and start throwing up on Greg.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Connie's got it right there. Pumpkin pie, pumpkin bread.
Ooh, the pumpkin bread. Pumpkin pie is good too, but the pumpkin bread, yep.
So here's one of the things that, we're talking bread. The word bread popped up, and this just, popped the thing into my head because of my other channel, Fam Studios. I do sourdough on there. So
really?
I need to know who all is coming to the event so that I can get my sourdough starter packets for dried starter ready. Because I have so much dried starter. You would not believe how much one batch of starter can turn into dried starter and then go from there. But I'm also making bread for people who come.
That's awesome.
So, I'll be getting with you after the stream and finding what kind of loaf of bread you want to take home. I've got a gallon jar full of starter in the fridge right now.
Oh, you're ready to start the bakery up, bro.
Oh, I got enough to do a full-on bakery for the next 3 weeks. So,
what about pumpkin soup?
Oh, I love pumpkin soup.
I mean, I've done the butternut squash soup, but I mean, it's pumpkin soup. I guess it's kind of could be similar, right?
Yeah, it's really similar. I literally almost got a book given to me because someone I know was like, "Hey, you like pumpkin? You want this book?" And it was a thick cookbook of just pumpkin recipes. And I was like, "Why do I need that when I got Google?"
Well, see, this is though where. So check this out. Like, yeah, it is crazy. Like with Google and stuff. Like we do have all this information at our fingertips. But I'll just leave you on something I did recently. I was going to it was like a not like a flea market. It was a church was having like a resale. You know, you kind of go in the donations, and they were selling stuff.
Yeah.
So I went in, being the nerd that I am. The first section I went to was the books. Start looking
Okay.
for like books, this and that, and then I fizzled my way over to the cookbooks. And one of the things that I love doing, Jared, I love this, is looking for those real old school cookbooks. Like I'm talking grandma's cookbook, like those old school recipes. And so I found this one book, and it was like the book of books back in the day. And so I got it, and it's like, so I'll go and I'll pick like a little meal out of it every once in a while. And it's just those like classic, stuff I would never think to Google, you know what I mean? So it's definitely, there is like, as much as we are evolving into the Google world, I still have a little affinity for books and like little cookbooks and stuff like that.
When I was in culinary school, we used a cookbook from the 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, and then the 1900s even. The one that we went off of the most was called the Escoffier. And he is the godfather of culinary arts. So we went off of there.
Probably
and
French.
we would be sitting there doing these recipes, and you start reading a sentence or two is in English in this translated book, and then you've got 3 pages in French that you're trying to decipher. And it was like, okay, who speaks French?
Joker.
So,
Joker's magnets over here, do some translation.
We'd be sitting there, and then I was on the culinary competition team for 2 years in a row. 2010 and 11 team, and then the 2011-12 team. And 2010-11 team, we had this dish that had a basically like a demi-glace, thick brown gravy that's super see-through still, though.
Yeah.
And it was over this roasted chicken with these chipolatas, which are a Spanish-inspired French sausage.
Ooh.
But they're translated to fingerling sausages, so like sausage links.
Yeah.
But they're bigger around than a breakfast sausage. And my friend Sarah was the one who was making it, and she'd be sitting there cooking them, and I was the alternate, so I had to know all 4 dishes by heart. So I'd be sitting there going over, she'd make a batch, and I'd still it. I'm sampling, I'm making sure you're on point.
Sampling's the best part.
And then my buddy Andrew, from culinary team, he just this year finally made head pastry chef of a huge 5-star resort in Oklahoma.
Nice.
And he was making a pistachio ice cream that year and was making it in a solid chocolate cone that was crusted in pistachio.
Speaking fat kid language here.
And I'm like, it's no wonder I weigh what I weigh going to college. I was over there sampling everything.
Can I try that? My middle name is Sample.
Quality control is always necessary, yes.
We call that QA/QC. Quality assurance, quality control. Well, one of the other winning books that I found, and this was another good find, was from all, and like I said, this book was dated probably to like the 50s or 60s, so not as old as the first book I mentioned, but it was from a church, and all the grandmas or whatever they put all their secret recipes into this book for the church to generate proceeds. Now, I don't know if y'all out there like me, but there's some secret recipes that are hard to part with. You know what I mean? They're kind of, because they're just like, it's just my recipe. I ain't trying to give it up. Well, what this book was, I found they for the goodness of the church, they let their secret recipes go. So I have this cool old book signed by, and it's just filled with all kinds of good old grandma, just as I said, another good classic recipes that I probably would never even think of searching for on Google,
Yeah.
Yeah, get them salty.
I've got one of my recipes that I swore I would never give up that I did give up. It was my homemade baked ziti. And I created this recipe for mine whenever I was in culinary school.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a, most people think baked ziti and they think, it's kind of meat sauce and it's a little dry on it, or
Yeah.
red sauce. Mine's creamy because it mixes in Alfredo and the marinara.
Patent pending.
Oh, I already took it over for the patent, but I've got a recipe that I will not even share at all. Most of them, my recipes that I won't share, are my Mexican food, because those were passed on through my abuela, my grandma. So
what's up, 5 Mile?
What's up, 5 Mile? Thanks for stopping in. But yeah, so I've got so many recipes that I won't share, and Dad keeps going, "Hey, I'm making a cookbook. Can I use some of these?" Nope. You want it? It's going for a church. I don't care.
Yeah, no, it ain't going. Yeah, it ain't going. Then you have someone like Benny D buying my secret recipe at the flea market for $2 and sharing it with everyone on YouTube. Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is
well, it like the one time it's like, so I'll brew beer every once in a while, and sometimes, and I get, you cook, so you can relate to this. Sometimes you just kind of like go free and just throw stuff in. Didn't really keep track, because you don't do any kind of, forethought. And I was making this Oktoberfest, and I was throwing some ingredients in there, a little bit of brown sugar, a little bit of this, like doing certain kind of hops. When I brewed it and tasted it, mind you, I'm a beer drinker. I know what a good beer is, and I tasted this Oktoberfest. And it was just like a nectar of the gods. I mean, it was the best Oktoberfest that I ever tasted. But dummy me made that rookie mistake, whether you're baking or whatever, and you're doing something a little off the cuff that's not written down. I didn't keep track. I can never replicate it. I've tried over and over again. And it's just
I was gonna make a cherry limeade mead for the event.
Yeah, mead sizers, love those.
My airlock cap snapped to where it's got a hole in it and it's got a crack through it to where it would not seal. And I was like, yeah, I'm not making that because that's toxic. All that bad bacteria getting in there. So
as long as it's high in alcohol, it'll kill it all. I actually got a sizer I made. It's a blueberry sizer. So it's a sizer's like honey mixed with cider. And yeah, so it's like a mead, the mead mixed with hard cider. Yeah, I have some of that, so I'm actually eyeing it up now for the Kratos Cup. Of course, it's like 30% alcohol, so I'll see you all on the flip side.
The last batch that I made of mead was supposed to be a pear blueberry, and it had a whiskey undertone because I threw whiskey barrel chunks of wood inside the mead with it for 6 weeks. It had that wood in there for the whiskey from a whiskey barrel, and I went to go take a drink of it after I filtered it and strained it and all that good stuff. I woke up the next morning. That's all I know. I was like, one shot, damn.
Well, I see Stuck On You has the same problem I have. That's how I am with the recipes. But yeah, that's what's crazy about the meads and all that stuff, because they are high alcohol. So if you start drinking those like a beer, yeah, you might. we like to call those, you might enter a gray out. I ain't totally blacked out, you know what I mean? But I'm definitely in the gray zone here.
Yeah, see,
small little like I always feel like, well, it's great. It's like, well, it's like kind of like small little alien abductions and time slips. It was like, it's 11 already. It was 7 o'clock just 5 minutes ago. More mead.
See, my thing was I had strained it and I filtered it and all that, and then I decided to put it into a whiskey or a pint glass. And I'm just like, man, I've been doing this. I'm studying. I'm doing all this. I'm freaking stressed. Just slam it.
Yeah.
Did I get my homework done last night? Nope.
No.
I didn't get nothing done. I know what I have gotten done.
Yes. Ooh, ooh. I love it. That's sexy. Mm-hmm. Need to put a little bit of a little bit of color in there to sip on, and be set.
Then I got these new ones that this was actually from tiramisu that I got from Costco,
Oh
and it was
wow.
in a glass thing. So all I got to do is put the laser stuff on it, and I can laser engrave this.
Isn't that
And then
crazy? It's like, oh, this is
I'm like,
perfect.
hey, reuse it. Why not? I'm using
Mm-hmm.
these for myself. And
Mm-hmm.
then this one a little bit bigger than those shot glasses, but I really like the style of it, and I was like, that's perfect for my mead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. That reminds me of like when I go to little meaderies or that they'll give you like yeah where you do like little samples of it all, and they'll give you those
Yeah,
glasses.
yeah, those samplers are awesome.
Well, because it was like I said, it was like going to like how mead's crazy. So like Janet and I, we were traveling up north, and we were going through West Virginia on our way to the Berg. And we said, you know what, let's go stop at this little meadery here and do something fun, right? Let's just stop and, get a little sample. Maybe they got a sticker. And we went and got the flight of these meads. And, I didn't really ask what the alcohol content, like I knew in the back of my head, I know what mead is. But it's like, yeah, whatever we started doing. The guy gave us like, the flights were huge. It was like huge flight. And a flight is like a sample of whatever of a little bit of everything. And we were like halfway through that flight. And I like looked at Jan. I was just like, I think I'm buzzed up. Like, man, like they got a bad business model here with these flights because I'm good after the flight. Like, I couldn't even buy a glass of anything. I'm like, I'm good. I'm like, I feel warm, fuzzy. I was like, well, a bottle to go, but I felt bad because it was like we just did like the little samplers thing, and then it was just like wanted to have a glass, but it was like, ooh, I just like 13 samples, like 13% or whatever it was. Ooh.
Yeah. Um, with the event back on something for that, I am
Mm-hmm.
working on. I don't know if you've ever heard of the company Seven Brew.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
They're like a coffee and energy drink shop.
Maybe I seen a TikTok or so. It sounds familiar.
But I'm working on them. I'm waiting for the manager to call me back because they said something about doing a coffee run for us, where they're looking at bringing us some like bags of coffee pre-made for the event. So
Oh, that'd be cool. That's what I'm trying to get with my brother, who he owns City League Coffee in Brooklyn.
I'd love
So
a
he
good
makes
cold
all
brew.
his own like coffees and stuff. And I keep telling him like, dude, we need to come up with like the ultimate magnet fishing coffee. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, I and sit there and chat with magnet fishers. Like, what do you want? It's like straight black and strong coffee. I want to
I
take a sip
opened
of
this last week. There's two
that.
cans left.
Mm-hmm.
I got it Friday. That tells you anything.
Putting some work in.
So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I usually drink Monsters, the zero sugar ones.
yeah, that's what I've been doing is the zero sugar, the ultras and
Mm-hmm.
ultra vice.
Yeah,
I
those
love
are.
that one.
I used to do the full ones, and I had to lay that sword down. Hey, you've been drinking Monster. You remember the BFCs, the BFC cans, the big oil cans they used to have Monster. I don't know if you remember that. Might be a little bit. Yeah, back before like Monsters were fresh and they came out. They used to have the BFC cans. You can imagine what that stood for. BFC. They didn't tell you, but we all knew what it stood for. And it was like a Foster's can of like a Monster. And I would guzzle two of them bad boys down the day. Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
see, you'll probably see me at the event rolling up with one of those tall cans with the screw-on lids for Monster.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
2 for $7 at Casey's. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I try to limit it to one a day for Monster. One
That's what
big
I
one a
that's what
day.
I do. That's what I
So
do. I mean, I feel better like with zero, it's like in the back of my mind, it's like, yeah, Benny, it's 2 o'clock. You could drink another one. You pound that one in the morning. But it's like, nah, don't
see,
do it.
I look for which one has the highest caffeine amount. That's what I want.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Monster is about 150 or 160 milligrams of caffeine. I went through my caffeine content of how much I can handle for my body with my doctor,
Mhm.
I can handle 600 milligrams, which is equivalent to 4 cans of Monster. He said, or 2 cans of Bang.
Oh, dude. So those bangs are crazy. So the bangs, they were popular for a while, little dips in this. I switched to the bangs for a little bit because they were less expensive than the monsters and they were 0 calorie, but I didn't realize how much extra caffeine, like those, they bang. Oh, they bang. And
They've got as much as a can of C4.
dude, I was sitting there like, and I know it's normally like drinking a monster. I was drinking them for over a decade or whatever. So I switched to these bangs, and I sat down. I cracked that bang open. I put in my old Zinni, my upper decker, and got ready for doing some office work. And that bang, I took a sip of that bang, and it was just like my eyes started twitching. I was like, what is going on here? I was like, my fingers just started moving by themselves. I'm like, whoa. I started reading the ingredients. I'm like, oh, okay, this is like, some kind of freaking super caffeine elixir.
That's the same with Tisha, Lindsay.
I like
She only
Celsius.
does Celsius, and it's occasional.
Mm-hmm.
And Tisha, she's doing really good. Last Friday, she had to have a massive cyst removed off of her ovaries.
Oh, wow.
And it was like the size of a personal watermelon.
Wow.
And they were like, we don't know how you even got pregnant and had a baby with one that big. But what we found out when she was pregnant, that she had the cyst.
Mm-hmm.
And it was smaller. It was smaller than a baseball when she was pregnant, when we found it. And from the time that she delivered the baby, it was about a baseball size, in between a baseball and a grapefruit. Just in the less than 3 months' time, it grew to a personal watermelon from after birth. So they're like,
Wow.
it should have shrank. It shouldn't have gained. It should have shrank.
Yeah.
So they went in, they removed it, but Tisha literally, the doctor told her, take it easy for 2 weeks. Her 2 weeks ends on the 29th. Right in time for the event.
Works out good.
So I was like, she's gonna be taking it easy still, because she's still trying to get through all that. She's got 4 incisions where they went in.
Oh.
And
I mean, it's a small watermelon size. Yeah,
yeah. So I mean, they drained it. It was benign. They said it was non-cancerous, which is good.
Yeah,
that's great news. But they drained it and got rid of the whole thing and said hopefully it shouldn't affect anything. But if it wouldn't have gotten any bigger, then they might have had to remove her ovary.
Oh wow!
With how it was. So we got her doing recovery for everything and taking it easy right now. So she's got the baby in there with her right now, so that they can spend some time together, and she can rest, keep the baby quiet. Otherwise, it's not Skittles anymore, it's Screech. Because she has a set of lungs on her. But
that's what Chop Chop just says. Is Wendy's out there howling like a dog when she drinks any drink. Has put it in the kennel, huh? I don't, so like being someone who likes their energy drinks, and like they have gone up in price. I still look for that 2 for $5 on Monsters, but every once in a while I'd be venturing through like the dollar store or even Dollar General, Family Dollars. Mostly it's the dollar store, and you would come across like obviously these like wild energy drinks that are like discontinued. However the dollar store gets their stuff to get rid of cheap. And they had that Steven Seagal energy drink. Does anyone ever try that one? Oh my goodness!
I haven't tried that one. I picked up one that's literally called Black Magic Energy, and I was like, "Well, it's a can. Why not?" I open it. It's freaking amazing. I was like, "This is $3, and I can't find this anywhere." It tastes like black cherry, and I was like, "What the hell? How do I find this?" You go to the Dollar Tree right down the street from me, you can get Rain Storm's Peach Nectarine for 62 cents a can. And it was literally not even, what was it, 3-4 months ago, I was paying $2 or $3 for a can of it. but now
Mhm.
it's discontinued because they discontinued that flavor. So the Dollar Tree has it for 62 cents a can. I went in, I picked up a whole case.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I did. I did the same thing. Yeah, they had like a weird like offshoot monster, but it was an ultra, and I just seen that. I seen the whole case there, and I started doing some math. I was just like, just case it up, Benny. Yeah, just case it up, dude.
The other place I get mine from is Amazon.
Oh, really?
See, Amazon, you can go on there and they're a lot cheaper. Like right now, I can get where is it? Pull it up here. Going back on the Bang, 12 pack of Bang wild watermelon, which they don't sell in stores, for $26 for a 12 pack.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, that's worth it. Now, when I got this case of Monster at the Walmart that I go to, they had buy a 12 pack of Monster for $20. You get a free 8 pack of Powerade.
Oh,
So I was like, hey, that's a good deal because you're rehydrating. So, I ended up getting that and getting the Powerade. And I was like, if they have the sale right before the event, I'm going to get another 12 pack. So.
Like I'll go and I'll buy those cases here and there when I see them, but I also get like nervous. It's like, Benny, you got a whole case of Monster at your disposal or whatever right there. Like, I could see myself just like, F it. Time to start game and I'm going for number 2.
I literally right before the stream started, I was like, do I want to open a Monster? And I was like, oh, 7 p.m. Do I want to sleep tonight? Yeah, I'll sleep with it anyways. I can drink a Monster and go to sleep an hour later.
That's why I'm drinking some Kratos juice. I'll be sleeping good tonight.
So, I recently started new ADHD medicine, and it says, caution with caffeine. I looked at my doctor. I said, does this apply to me? He goes, no.
You're good. You're good. Drink up.
It was like, you're fine. Just try to limit it to 2, like we said.
What's so crazy? The doctor's like, it's like, oh man, the doctor said it's cool with 2. Right there, I'd just be like, 2 a day. Doctor's orders. Like, no, Benny, that's not what the doctor said. He said up to 2,
Yeah. Oh, I'm on the extended release. That's all my insurance will pay for. Otherwise, it's $500 for 30 pills.
You got to lick that coating off.
Yeah. Oh. What we're talking about is, medicines and stuff like that kind of brings this thought to my head of who likes pickles.
That's a garden. I'm doing a lot of pickling right now.
Because I was looking at getting some pickle pops just in case anyone needs them for rehydration during the event.
Pittsburgh is Picklesburg. We've claimed that, so we have the pickle thing every year. We love our pickles here in Pittsburgh.
I don't. A lot of people will dump the juice of the pickles out. I don't.
So when we're out doing archaeology, and this is before I really knew about the pickle juice thing. After we're done with the dig each day, we would go back at the hotel parking lot, sit on the tailgate of the truck, and pound some brews. And sometimes we would get turned on, and put in a session. And then I noticed like a lot of the crew in the morning were sitting there drinking pickle juice, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And the other thing was the V8, the V8 stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you doing? They're like, you don't understand. The pickle juice brings you back to life. And they would drink that stuff up, and it would have they'd be like resurrected.
Oh yeah. When I had my landscaping company before we moved to Des Moines back in like 2020, 2021 time frame, one of my Voc rehab workers was like, Jared, you're getting muscle cramps. You're telling me you're having these leg problems. You're doing all this. Drink some pickle juice. She's like, I swear by it.
Yep.
Drink 2 shots of pickle juice from a shot glass. That's all you need. And I was like, really? I was like, I do like pickles. I've been doing these pickle pouches, and it does help the muscle cramps and stuff. I started every morning drinking like 4 or 5 ounces of pickle juice, 6 ounces some days of pickle juice before I'd even crack open my Monster. And then I drink my Monster, and I got to where I was doing pickle juice almost daily to help with leg cramps.
Yeah, it works. It works.
After I was hit by the van back in March of 23, that's what caused my back and my leg issues.
I
And
remember
such.
that. It's so crazy.
I told Tisha, I was like, "Give me the pickle juice."
I need the juice.
She was like, "Why?" I was like, "I've got muscle cramps so bad," and I couldn't move. So it was one of those things where it was like, okay, the pickle juice is helping a little bit more than what medication even was with muscle cramps and stuff.
That came right out of that grandma's recipe book that I have. Second one, you was talking about them pickle shots. I don't know. I've heard about the pickle back or whatever that drink is, the pickle shot vodka. Yeah.
Oh, I've heard about some of those, but I've also heard bad things about some of them.
Well, it's like, maybe it's like one of those things, kind of like a Jaeger bomb, where it's like, well, I'm drinking booze, but I'm also drinking an energy drink. So like, all this stuff balances out in algebraic math to zero and drunkenness, right?
I was watching a video the other day that I wanted to share so bad. I don't know if I did or not. It was on TikTok, and it was this guy was like, Red Bull says not to drink with alcohol. Yeah, what do we do with it?
What do we do?
Bombs.
Yeah.
Vegas bombs.
I remember those came out. I was back in the day. I was a Jaeger bomb drinker. I'll be at that bar and they came out and be like, "What do you want?" "I want a Jaeger bomb." And I'd suck that thing down and I'd go to outer space. Yeah, I like that. I don't know. Pickle vodka. Maybe worth a try.
Oh yeah. Pickle shot is one you can go with, although it's dangerous because it tastes like straight pickle juice. Oh yeah. That's the one I think I've heard of. There was one thing that I heard about with avoiding stuff because someone was doing those pickle shots and they did like 4 of them, and then they went and they drank some milk.
Why'd you even say that? I'm gonna barf even just saying that.
And I was like,
God.
"Well, there's your first mistake."
I feel I can taste the curdling right now.
I'm talking about pickles and Bug's over here going, "Ew." Bug does not like the shit. Does not like pickles. But,
I like those cherry bombs, Wendy. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, girl. Oh yeah, that makes me want to curdle. Hey, give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Apollo's acting funny. He needs to go out real quick.
You're good. Oh yeah, I've had several of those cherry bombs down in New Orleans. Let's see. Well, he's doing that. I'm gonna pull up. Hey, Wendy, would you do me a favor and get me a total real quick? I forgot to ask you yesterday. That'd be cool, Lindsay. Oh yeah, 3 bottles of strawberry wine from the. Ooh. Yeah, that'll be good.
Oh yeah. Busting into that Kratos sizer. There it is.
Thank you, Wendy. She's getting me a total real quick.
So are we all doing pickle shots at the event? Who dares step up to the table?
Oh, Lindsay said.
And then doing some milk.
Lindsay was like, "We'll have to bring a bottle with us because we're doing a cookout also before the event." So.
Oh, sweet.
I'm doing it. We're doing a little cookout and stuff. So I'm doing a video of it Magnet Fisher chef. Why not make a video of me cooking some good old Mexican food, my specialty?
Hell yeah. I want
And
some.
Chop Shop's like they got 3 bottles of wine from the Cedarburg Strawberry Festival.
Oh, sweet. We could be hobnobbing it with some wine, some winos.
Oh, I know, Lindsay. I can't wait. I know.
Hey, are you feeling it too? Like, who else out there is feeling it? Yeah, I feel it too. Like,
I know. I've talked with Lindsay and Matt from Stuck on You, and then Sean. He can't wait because this is his one vacation a year. This will be his first vacation since Global Magnet Fishing Day when he came down here last time.
Oh, Chop Shop, I'm coming, baby. I'm coming.
Oh yeah, got to feed. Got to have Benny there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
I'm making a trek. I'm leaving Wednesday right after I wrap up some archaeology business.
Yes,
are heading on out.
There's our total, 1,521.50 before the event itself. We have
right there. It's awesome.
Still have donations coming in. We have obviously the stuff from Red Robin's next Wednesday that will be added to that. Which who knows how much they will bring, and doing 20%. I mean, oh, that's amazing. Then we've got the baskets and all the donations, the scrap metal, which the park is actually donating the dumpster themselves. They're paying for the dumpster themselves. Then the scrap yard is going to match whatever we make.
That's so awesome. And what's really cool about that is, as folks, like I said, I always give the utmost kudos for folks that put these events together because it is hard work. It is, so let's just take a moment for like everyone that's helping, Flying Arrow doing a great job with this. Because, when you do these events, there is a lot of hard work that's involved. And when you're raising funds and stuff, there's also a lot of costs that, like the garbage bins. That's, sometimes those don't get donated. So when you really see that folks are donating scrapyard and stuff, that is so awesome because that's a lot of those hidden expenses that are like behind the scenes when you're trying to, and the goal is to raise the most money for the organization, so it's like when those hidden expenses that are just like are taken care of, that really helps out to, like I said, the goal is to get everything as much as, everything to that organization,
Yeah. And I know, like you're saying, I've got easily just in materials alone for those plaques for the toss competition, easily $120 in there. And then there's the cups that we've done, which, we've got the 3 that I showed for this part. Then there's 2 more of those cups that I'm not revealing really until we get to the picnic basket because we made them for the picnic basket. And those are actually fully Tisha's designs. So she came up with those and she asked me for a little bit of editing since I do a lot of the digital artwork. So I put my flair in there, a little twist, but 95% of it was Tisha doing that. And then we went out and we bought a press for those 40-ounce tumblers from, had a friend help us with getting stuff set up because she had to close her business down. So we went out and bought equipment and stuff. And now we've got all that, and we're going to start making our own cups for just our stuff, not trying to compete with Burkle Cerakote One at all. They do 100% good work. I honestly go to Burkle Cerakote for if you want your cup made usually. But we're doing 40-ounce tumblers for our stuff for like my Black Sheep and Flying Arrow merch. We'll start making our own, save money and expense there. It's just one way that we thought we could kind of cut down on cost and make stuff for family and friends. So
it's great to see, and this is what I love, and this is also a testament to the community out there. You know what I mean? It's like I said, it's not about what magnet you toss or this and that. It's a testament to the community out there itself. And you could see so many people working together on this, you know what I mean? Like, it's a testament that, like, man, we do got a great community out here, and it's like, us working together, we could do good things that do make a difference, and that's what's so awesome to me, and that's why it's like I even feel being blessed to be part of the community, and like I said, it's just very like, it's something special, the community out there, like I said, it's like you see the folks out there working to make this happen and participating and it's really something cool. And like I said, it's one of the more exciting things I see, when we do these things, you know what I mean? Or, it's just one of the exciting things I see that get done in the community. That's just like, how awesome.
Yeah. I mean, like Wendy said, Greg makes things for everyone. Right there. He made this little charcuterie board for me there. I think we've all seen what he made for Skittles for that butterfly mobile.
It's beautiful.
And I've got it hanging up right here until I get the other part fixed, which I did try to glue it, Greg, but I don't know if it's going to hold. He just released something that he's done for Tisha this morning, where it was, she loves Edgar Allan Poe and the Raven, the Nevermore.
Oh, yeah.
So he made her something with that. I don't know if you've seen it. He sent you something.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Yeah, I have it. Yeah. I have it right over here. I should grab it.
So,
shoot, I hung it up at Kratos HQ. I don't have it.
Oh, it's at Kratos HQ, Greg. That's awesome.
I thought I still had it here, but I put it with myself. Take over there because I decorate the walls with all that cool stuff.
But yeah, so he's done all sorts of stuff like that. He's done stuff for Johnny's Corner and Lee, he's Magnetic North, and just everyone. So this community.
I'll bring some of my salsa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Corn tortillas coming.
Mike Lindsay said, I couldn't agree more. Some of the people I've met in this community have been the kindest, most supportive people I've met, especially in the last year.
Yeah, it's, like I said, it put our minds together for a good cause, the community. It's like, yeah, we can, and like, one thing like I like, it's like, like organizations that are raising money for and stuff. One thing I really like are, we all know about the big national organizations and this and that, sure. But when you start doing like state organizations, like those smaller ones, folks, those donations really, really do go a long way, because, they don't necessarily have that national presence. They don't necessarily have the telemarketers that are sending you free address labels, what I mean, nonstop. So that's why I love it, especially like, this year, and we did the Tennessee Autism, which was a great event. Like when you really are working, trying to raise some money for like, the good cause, but like the smaller, organizations, it really does impact them. Like it makes such a difference for them. And, it's even like you see where we're at already. Even minor donations make a difference. So look where we're at already. We're moving and grooving. So like, how awesome.
Yeah. Yep. I completely agree. And it's like, I went on today, in the event chat, I kind of mentioned this. I invited the largest deaf group in the state of Iowa that's active every day. There's 10 or 20 posts, and they require admins to go through every post before it's posted, just because they get so much spam stuff. But I posted about it for the both portions of the event, and they actually posted it and shared it out. And as of right now, it's got over 500 shares.
That wait a minute. Can you repeat that one more time?
So I posted it this morning, and there's only 988 people in the group, and it's already got over 500 shares.
That's freaking awesome.
For the
That's
event.
what I'm talking about.
So it's
wow.
That is awesome. It's getting that much traction.
I really wonder, like, how many, like, I bet you we're going to get a lot of folks stopping by. Even if they don't have a magnet, they're going to be, like, there's going to be people coming by.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know that a lot of the deaf community is going to be stopping through if they're really wanting to know more about it. And it's like I keep saying, that sign language is still a voice. And if you don't know sign language, tell them just a minute and pull your phone out. They'll type a message on a message thing right there for you. There's so many different ways to communicate anymore, more than just oral voice and pen and paper.
So Flying Arrow, before we get started the event, you're gonna have to show everyone how to say "we are magnet fishing" in sign language before the event, because like I said, I can imagine if we get a lot of folks down, I'll be like, what are you, might be signing, what are you doing or whatever. That'd be cool to be able to sign that back.
I'm gonna have to teach myself this weekend.
So you got an action item and some homework.
So
wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be cool to be able to say that? I think that
would be cool. And this, with me being who I am, I've grown up in the deaf community my whole life. I grew up with what they call a CODA, the child of a deaf adult, because even though I don't talk to her, I call her egg donor, but my birth mother, she was deaf. So that's the deaf adult I grew up under. I grew up knowing sign language and stuff like that. I grew up seeing it. I used to know a hell of a lot more than I know now. That accident that I had back in 23 really made me lose a lot of the sign language. It affected my brain that bad. But me being deaf myself, since I had my accident in 2013, where a semi-tire blew up 5 feet from me, and that caused me to go deaf. That gave me what's called post-traumatic Meniere's disease, to where my hearing one day could be 40-50% loss, and then 10 minutes later, the pressure change outside, and I'm 90% deaf.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it happens like frequently. In my right ear, just literally during this live stream, I've been hearing it fluctuate because of storms starting to move in and stuff. But it's just, my hearing goes like that. A lot of people, even that aren't deaf, use sign language. Nonverbal autistics. I said this when we were doing Autism Tennessee. 40% of autistic children that are nonverbal use sign language and communicate better with the deaf than they do the hearing communities.
Oh, that's interesting. It's interesting.
60 only about 50 to 60% of deaf people in the deaf community know sign language. A lot of deaf people. Just some facts for you guys. And this is coming from my deaf culture class. This is stuff that I literally paid for at Drake University, and was in my deaf culture class with one of my good friends, Polly. She was my instructor. That's how I became part of the community here in Des Moines, was through her. Found out that only 50 to 60% of deaf people use sign language. only about 20% of deaf people are comfortable with using their voice unless they're late deafened, which I'm considered late deafened because I lost my hearing as an adult after I learned to talk.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because a lot of deaf people can't get the pronunciation and certain aspects of the vocal language in their vocal cords without filling. But a lot of deaf people growing up that do use their voice, they went through what's called vocal training, speech and vocal training for the deaf, where they're basically holding someone's throat and feeling the vibration from the vocal cords to learn how to talk.
Mm.
And it takes years just to learn a sentence.
Yeah.
I was talking with this one kid who was in high school who was a guest whenever I was there at Drake. He literally took from first grade through fifth grade just to learn how to say a 2-sentence paragraph or 2 sentences orally and make it sound like a little kid.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because he was still trying to get it. So not everyone uses their voice in the deaf community. There's a lot who don't because they're afraid of getting made fun of because of their deaf voice.
Yeah, and that's a shame.
Which,
but I could see why they, I could.
That leads me back to that, they're using their voice, whether it's with sign language, it's still their voice. Not every voice is going to be oral.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where a lot of this mission has been for the Crusaders for a Cause, is getting that awareness and acceptance that the deaf community has a different sort of voice.
Mm-hmm.
And I've gotten a lot of support in the community this year, and that I've been really thankful for, of pushing this mission.
Mm-hmm.
From the magnet fishing community, and then the deaf community going, thank you, because a lot of us didn't feel like we were getting heard. And you're someone I have the luxury of both worlds because I grew up in the deaf community, but I grew up hearing. So I know how to talk, I know how to use my voice, and I still have some hearing even though I'm deaf. So I can have a conversation with someone even if I'm just reading your lips while my hearing aids are in. And so that's one of the benefits that I've had, and it kind of gives me a purpose of making this kind of support for those people who don't feel like they have that kind of a support and voice. To say that, you may not have a oral voice, but you've got your hands, and that sign language is still a language.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a global language for a lot of it. Last week we were talking about it. Oh, probably better just rub the cup here. Yeah, wrong one. And BJ kind of mentioned it because he was like, the camera reverses the image here.
Mm-hmm.
And one way is sign, the other way is sing.
Oh.
And so whenever I was looking at it, I was like, yeah, it's sign. So I was looking at it, making sure. But that deaf hands like this is a UN version, United Nations version for sign language. It's
Oh, wow.
international sign. So it's not just for ASL. It's not for BSL. It's not for SSL, for any of those, or MSL for Mexican Sign Language. There's every area has a different version of sign language.
Mm-hmm.
So this is that nation, international sign support. So,
well, and like one other thing I like about these events and stuff is the if you think about it, it's the awareness that it creates. So like let's think of everyone out there in chat where we all think in our personal lives, we probably all have charities or whatever that we care about, that because they're part of our lives, maybe affected a loved one, yourself, where we all have those things. But what's great about doing this, and with this great community that we got, is it brings awareness to maybe a an important cause that you weren't privy to, and like I said, it's like, I've learned so much about autism, at the last year's event, Tennessee Autism, because I necessarily like things I would do a lot of, like work with different charities, but it was like that was the first and it's like you learn about it, you become aware, you see the challenges and stuff, and it's like in this year it's like I'm me not part of the deaf community or anything, but then it's like bringing the awareness to it, and it's like, wow, you see all you hear all these facts, you know what I mean, you see all the things, so it's great, like us as a community, it's like we may not even necessarily knew about the trials and tribulations of these different things going on and stuff, so it's really great to like how it brings awareness, and like I said, it's these smaller organizations. So that's really cool too, because I think kind of opens our hearts a little bit and kind of makes us a little bit more understanding as humans here on this, flying, as meat bags here on this flying rock in space. It's really cool, and like I said, the awareness is really important. And, I think it's, just that alone is a good thing.
I agree completely. And it's like I've talked previously with some people about, and a little more in depth about like the deaf history and deaf culture and stuff like that, and trials and tribulations, like you said, the deaf people go through. One of them that I commonly go to is called dinner table syndrome, and it's a huge one in the deaf community that's commonly done, and a lot of people don't realize that they're doing it. And to summarize what it is without giving you this hour-long explanation, it's basically where a bunch of people are sitting at a table, one of the people or two of the people are deaf, and everyone starts, someone's telling jokes, and the deaf person's not catching what's being said. Everyone starts laughing. They go, "What's funny? What was funny?" "Oh, we'll tell you later. That I'll tell you later. It's not important." That makes them look, okay, so I guess I don't even matter to sit here. So that's why whenever I'm sitting at a dinner table, I've gone through that myself, of whenever I first lost my hearing, not having hearing aids for the first like 7-8 months because they were so worried about brain bleed from hearing aids, from the pressure and everything after that tire and everything. So it was like, okay, I'm missing things. My daughter's about to be born. Am I going to be able to hear her? Freaking out about all this stuff. And then I was working 80 plus hours a week, so that whenever I would get to sit at home at the dinner table with family or friends or anyone thing, if they were like, "Oh, it's not important," or "I'll tell you later," it'd be like, okay, I guess I'm not important to know what's going on. So it's one of those things that really helps me bring to light that I can kind of personally understand and explain.
And like I said, and that's what's good about the awareness, because it's like, as you like, I would always, maybe after, knowing all the stuff, working with, and kind of understanding more, I would be more understanding of someone who maybe was, what I mean? Because, maybe I would be quick, not thinking as someone who's hearing abled. We'll tell you late, you know what I mean? But, now, like I said, we're sitting here talking, we're talking about the event. It's like, you understand as a human being, it's like, that's not really cool to do, and like I said, so, like I said, work with stuff, this awareness, not only like builds awareness for the cause, but also gives us as humans a little more personal insight on the human experience that other people are dealing with. So we could be better, Yeah. And that's what the awareness is all about, I mean, because it goes beyond donations and funds. And it is also about awareness, and like all of a sudden this chat here, we're aware now, right? If you weren't already, we're aware now, right? Yep. And that's what's great about it.
Yeah. And the one thing that I know I've mentioned this even before this cause is, and I commonly have to go through this with Dad, because in the deaf community, you don't say they're hearing impaired. That's in the hearing impaired or deaf community. Saying hearing impaired is like saying the N word.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like saying you're not worth my time, type thing. So they said like hard of hearing, deaf. Um,
Amen.
most of them will either label themselves deaf or hard of hearing.
Mm-hmm.
They're okay with saying hearing loss, but not hearing impaired.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's why. Make sure I grab the right cup this time. That's where that part comes in for the community. It's not hearing loss; it's deaf gain, and that's the understanding that you're deaf, and it's not a disability; it's an ability to see the world in a different point of view.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's just it. Yeah, it's and like I said, it's like for me, I may have used that term hearing impaired before, but like I said, it's all about awareness. The more you know, and it's kind of like I said, gives some of us who maybe a little insight into that culture and understanding a little bit more. I said that's what it's all about. Yeah,
Yep.
no, nailed it. Yep.
So, all right. Almost 2.5 hours now.
Hey, it's
Can't
going
believe
good.
it's been that long.
Time flies when you're having fun. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No doubt. Yeah, very excited. I can't wait. Like I said, the countdown's on.
Oh, it started for me about 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm. And also, just I am bringing some extra magnets that, like, in case the folks that we get may be interested. I'm bringing a whole slew of magnets, so there'll be extra magnets for folks that like, hey, I want to try this out, or what I mean. People are curious. Let's get them out there. Let's get them have fun and be part of the event. So I'll have some extra magnets that I'll be bringing. I'll be bringing some extra ropes and stuff too, because we all know stuff happens, right? So I'll have us covered on some ropes and stuff in case we get some snappers. If anyone wants me to bring anything or whatever, let me know.
Hey, Danny D. Good to see you. Oh yeah, Greg's got a sticker pack he was wanting me to do for tonight. Let's see.
Oh, sweet.
Let me see if I can't get this.
We'll throw in some Kratos stickers too to the winner.
Let's see if I can't get this to.
What's up, Danny Dizzle?
I've never used this one, so let's see.
Get the sticker pack. And also, guys, I'm gonna talk with Flying Arrow after this live, and we'll be putting up other stuff, some little like Kratos goodies that will be raffled off. Some ideas I'm thinking is we can get a rope claw combos, some ropes, we could do a couple smaller raffles for stuff like that, because it's like, who wouldn't want that? Everyone can always use a rope, stuff. And then, we'll have maybe a mystery magnet giveaway too. We'll talk about. We already did the one.
Yep. Okay, let's see. All right, copy this URL. Put it in here.
But yeah, so make sure you check those donation links and stuff, because get a chance to. We'll get them up there, so folks who may not be able to make the event can still get some things in. Well, sorry to hear that, Danny Dizzle. Condolences here.
Trying to get this comment picker to work.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only downside to this. All right.
I love stickers. Who else loves stickers? Like I said, nothing I love more than decorating my bucket with stickers from the Treasure Fam out there.
Oh yeah, for sure. So this is that picture of the. See if I can't get this.
Dude, that's sexy.
Oh yeah, that one
Plus,
is.
I mean, is that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm just saying for this old relic hunter, that's kind of like a centerfold.
All right.
I'm just saying. I ain't saying. I'm just saying.
All right. So we're going to put in. Not the ad. Hashtag. Def gain.
The flying arrow for this giveaway, we'll do. We got the sticker pack going, and I'll throw in some Kratos stickers, and we'll also let's do a choice of Kratos rope.
Sounds good.
I appreciate everyone hanging out with us. You know what I mean? You know, folks that are just helping out with this event, supporting. Like I said, it's like even if you can't come, everyone's supporting and sharing the word. And like I said, for me and I know Flying Arrow, it's really important to us, and we thank you. So. It takes a family to get shit done.
So let's put in hashtag def gain.
There we go.
That's the only downside to this is
I'm gonna go grab some more of that Kratos sizer. I'll be right back.
there we go. See if I can't get this to work. I've never used this one, so all right, starting to roll in.
Ooh. I got to be careful after this next bottle. I'm going to be having dreams about you, Jared, tonight. I got that Kratos sizer, man.
Oof.
Ooh.
Yeah.
See you on the flip side, bro.
All right, I'm gonna refresh and see. Try going back and load the comments again.
We're getting it all set up, folks. Just bear with us.
I think this is the same issue that Johnny and I were talking about him having with this.
Yeah, like I said, though, I'm looking forward. I see folks in the chat are coming down. I look forward to meeting. Like I said, not only my old friends out there. It's been a while. Can't wait to hook up again. But I am really excited about meeting new folks. So.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to meet folks. Face to face.
Yeah, and like Mo said, she was able to support this event more than other events, so she's happy. And I thank you so much for your support, Mo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, I think I'm gonna go ahead and run this here in a second.
Oh yeah.
All right, here we go.
Here we go, folks. Here we go. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Hashtag Def Gang. Let's go, baby.
The sand.
Congrats.
Congratulations, Ann.
And reach out. You know how to get a hold of me. Reach out. Let me know what rope you want. And where to ship the stuff from Kratos to. We'll get that right out to you. Thanks for hanging out and congrats and enjoy the rope and the stickers.
Oh, yeah. And then make sure to get a hold of Mr. Greg for the sticker pack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, it's like I always say it's like someone's like, well, Benny, you know my address, Benny, you know, but it's like I always ask for that verification, like because sometimes folks move, hop around or whatever, you know, and I take for granted. And it's like, yeah, I'll send that Prometheus out, you know, and all of a sudden it's like,
oh yeah, like what happened with the Hyperion. That was hilarious because I get this notification, your package has been delivered, and I'm like, it's here, it's here, it's here. I got to get it before the neighbors do, because I've had a problem with packages getting stolen. So I'm like, it's here, it's here, it's here, and where's it at? So I'm sitting there looking through a scroll, I'm like, oh, it went to my old address. Oh shit! I drive over there, and the lady who lives there is looking at this, going, I have a pacemaker.
Oh God, no! I mean, that's not funny, but it is. You know what I mean? Because like,
like, I have a pacemaker. I was told the magnets are okay for this one, but oh my God! And I get there, and she's like, "I was a
pacemaker and magnets."
She goes, "I was about to message the landlord and ask her if she knew who this person was on here and who this flying arrow was." And I was like, "Well, I got here before you messaged her," and so. I ended up getting the package from her, and she was, showing her my ID. I was like, I'll gladly show you I'm who I say it, who's on the package and everything. I was like, and here's the notification on my phone showing it was getting delivered and everything. And she goes, thank you. And I started telling her what magnet fishing is and what we do. And she was like, if I didn't have a pacemaker and I wasn't scared of the magnets with my pacemaker, I would be right there with you because I love the thought of that. And so, and then I told her all about the event and everything we're doing for the event, and she goes, "Come by here with a flyer whenever you get it ready, and let me know." She goes, "I'll take it to my work." So I did just that. Went over. Hey, you remember me? She goes, "Yeah." You don't got a magnet on you, do you? I was like, nope, not this time. And then, gave her the flyer, and she took it to the hospital she works at, and she's got it posted there at that hospital. And she was like, I'll try to come to the event one way or another. So I told her about the one at Red Robin's. I was like, hey, if you don't want to be around the magnets for that because of your pacemaker and your health, here's this other portion we're doing out in West Des Moines at this. She goes, let me have that flyer too. So I gave her that flyer, and she's like, I'll put this up at the hospital too.
Dang. Dude, you're making me want to like this Red Robin event. Man, like you're making me want to like figure out how to leave even earlier. I'm sitting there like I'm already sitting there thinking like, oh, how? Because I would put a hurting on them fries.
Oh, I know I'm going to. I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like we can have like a fry off, bro. We can see who could barf first.
I'll be there anywhere from 4:45 to 5 p.m. until close.
Man, yeah. So it's like I have to go into the office Wednesday and kind of wrap stuff up. I got a couple of. I'm running like a project where a couple archaeologists are going out doing a dig, so I got to make sure that's all tidied up before I go on out. I was like, old Benny D kind of got that promotion, so it's like archaeologically, I used to be more like a John Wick, a field operative.
Yeah,
I'm more kind of like a Winston running the Continental, more management.
That's my plan, Wendy. Bottomless fries.
Mhm.
Yeah, Sean's got them stuck there until the 29th because he's got work. So
Mhm.
otherwise, Matt and Lindsay would be there. So, and then Anne's not sure. She doesn't think that they're going to make it because
Oh, bummer.
their camper broke a leaf spring and took time to get that fixed with the weather. Now it's fixed, but the tire's still trashed, and the wheel well needs to get fixed and waterproofed. So,
Well, hopefully it
yeah.
works out, and I can see you. Always love seeing you.
Oh yeah, love seeing you, and uh, anyone who can make it, I greatly appreciate it. If you can't make it, I appreciate it also, and thank you for all the support you've done either way.
Mm-hmm. That's
I
what it's
mean,
all about. It's not, being there for the fellowship and stuff is great, but it's just not about that. The support it is so important. So yeah, like, showing that,
yeah,
if you can't make it, showing that support, it goes such a long way. It's so valued and appreciated. Just spreading the word, you know, throwing a couple bucks into one of the waffles, right? You know what I mean? Like that,
oh yeah,
all that stuff. It really does matter because, it's us, a little bit individually equals a good, a nice thing together. And that's what's
yeah,
about togetherness,
yep,
treasure.
exactly. Um, I think here shortly, I'm going to go ahead and end it. We're almost at 3 hours.
Yeah, you got to cut me off because I'll just keep going, bro.
Uh,
I'll send you some chat.
oh,
I was just about talking about the new alien, that Alien series. You know what I mean? I don't know who's watching that. But it's like I've been watching that. Like I love the old sci-fi movies and that Alien series, Alien Earth. Ooh, don't
yeah,
even get me on that tangent, bro. You better come.
yeah. No, I figured I'll end it, talk with you backstage some, and figure out what
Mm-hmm.
we're going to
Mm-hmm.
do, and then I got to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning for the kiddos. So
Mm-hmm. Hey,
go to
thanks so
bed
much,
soon.
everyone, to hanging out with us and all the support. Like I said, I know Flying Arrow, feel the same way, but just coming from me, like it's so much appreciated. I love seeing everyone get together and showing what this treasure fam can do out there. So much appreciated, and I can't wait to see those who are coming out there and hanging out with you. Let's get it.
Oh yeah, let's get it. And like Wendy said, she'll be getting paid by the government to go magnet fishing. Gotta love those government jobs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm on that homemade sizer right now. Mm. Nectar of
Yeah. So,
the
but thank you guys. We will, like I said, we will be live next Wednesday, off and on for little clips on both TikTok and YouTube. Not too long on each one. Just kind of showing what's going on there at Red Robin's. I'm going to be dropping the banners off either tomorrow or Monday. They're going to hang the banners up. They've got Red coming, who's going to be doing sign language for the deaf. And then their colors are red and yellow, but they're decorating the entire inside blue for the event. So,
So awesome.
um, thank you to Red Robins for your support there. But I hope to have an update for you on how much the 20% of sales were for that night on Thursday. So I will go live Thursday, and then next weekend's the event. So it's coming around the corner. Um,
Mhm.
but I want to thank you all and wish you all a good night and have a safe weekend this weekend. Don't forget Johnny's Corner tomorrow, and there's lots of other things like I Dig Fridays and all the others. So share that love. So
Yeah.
gonna be
See you
busy.
there. See you there.